if I asked your community, Amanderz, who you are, and I had no prior knowledge of it, what do you think they would say to me? If I just showed up to your chat one day and say, yo, tell me, hey, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, tell me about this Amanderz person. What do you think they would say to me?
Vega.
That's so ridiculous. What's going on here?
I'm just, doing some homework and stuff. How was your day?
I'm doing really well. What homework are you doing? What you been up to
I
all
have
day?
finals right now.
Oh my goodness. For what class?
Yeah.
Or what classes?
I have one for a information systems class.
Yeah.
And then one for economics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Damn. Okay. So yeah, this is like your little break then. This is a little bit of break, study break, and then we're back onto the grind. That's awesome though. Amanderz, I appreciate you spending time here, hanging out at this show.
Oh,
and
of
course. Yeah, right, man. Don't give me this bullshit. Don't try to start us off with of course. What is this? Let me
I am so thrilled to be here, but I'm also really, really scared. So
what? Okay, can I, if I may ask, all right? Because I've had a lot of guests. I would say about over half of them have said the same thing within the first 5 minutes. What's there to be scared about? What are we scared of?
I'm just scared there's gonna be a question and I don't know how to answer it, or
okay.
My chat would know that I don't speak English very well.
Really? What? Really?
Okay, it's my first language, but
yeah.
I mess up my grammar so much, or
right.
I'll stutter a lot, or
mm-hmm.
I'm just really bad at articulating my words. So this is scaring me,
You're good on my end. I can't even tell. You can't. And the worst case scenario, you could speak to me through memes. All right, if we reach that level. But
yes.
I think you're good to go, Amanderz. Here's the thing. I usually start off these shows the same way, and I tell the guests how we kind of connected. And we connected through 3 different methods, and I don't think you're aware of all 3 of them. So I'll give them to you. And whether you know them or not, I'm gonna tell you them. The first one here, was I had a friend that I interviewed back in October. You actually had an interview. You had an invite to this show way back when.
Really?
Way back when, Amanderz. All right, that's the thing. I was gonna this elephant in the room. A friend of mine, his name's Nate Howie. He did this show, and usually at the end of the show, I have someone be like, hey, who should I take a look at? Yada, yada, yada. And he's like, you got to check out Amanderz. You got to do that. And so I'm like, all right, I'll take a look. Cool. And all that jazz. Water under the bridge.
Did you not DM me?
I did you one better. I clipped what he said and I added you on Twitter. But hey, it's fine. I got a headache.
Oh, hey, you should have DM'd me.
I didn't know that was even an option. I thought it would be too aggressive, Amanderz.
I would not see a notification. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, I got so many notifications, but
you're right.
I feel like if you DM me, I definitely would have seen it.
Fair play. Okay, so that's the first one on me. That one's on me. I'll take that one. I'll take that L. The second one, I have one of my favorite mods here. His name is I don't know if you know Yao Ming. He mentioned he was like, I'm part of her community, dude. I hang out there. And she's awesome. I fuck with her vibe. I fuck with everything about her. And she's like, you gotta take a look. So he introduced me to your, he was the first one. He literally showed me on Discord verbatim your stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm in. You won me over within seconds. Yeah. So I gotta give him credit where credit's due. And of course, the last but not least is you sent out a tweet a month ago. And it said, I want to be on a podcast.
Yes.
All right. And I got added on this. This tweet. And I was like, what the heck? What's going on here? And that's when I was like, you know what? All right, I'm going to suck up my pride. I'm going to shoot the shot. We're going to see what's going to happen. And then you're like, yeah, I'm down. I was like, what? This lady, so easy to work with, just suddenly says, oh, yeah, oh, what the hell? Why don't you DM me? That's crazy. And so, here we are today. Here we are. I appreciate you sharing not just your time, but your platform and wanting to learn more about you. So I'm excited. I think you're gonna do great. You're gonna kill it tonight. I promise. I promise.
Hopefully.
Foolproof. This is a foolproof show, all right? I'm not like any other show here
Crossing
on
my
Twitch.
fingers.
Not
Don't mess
needed.
it up.
Not needed.
Don't
Not
mess
needed.
it up. You know?
Any bad parts, we'll edit it out in post, all right? I promise, all right? Anything can get you
Edit it
canceled,
out.
we'll edit it out in post. but Amanda, let's start this one off here, all right? Let's start this one off. I'm going to give you the first couple questions. We're going to talk about your time here on Twitch, all right?
All right.
So, before you were even streaming, I'm asking, before you were even streaming, how long have you had your Twitch account in general?
I think 3 years.
3 years. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And
Not that long.
that's pretty long. What got you here in the first place, though?
Well, okay. So I guess like a short summary. My friend, shout out to Tristan. He said he'd be watching, so like I don't really know if he's here or not. But he actually kind of introduced me to the Twitch scene and also just like video games in general, because obviously like, you know, girls don't really play video games. It's kind of hard to be introduced to them unless you have like an older brother or like a guy friend, you know, someone like that. So he was definitely like the person who introduced me to them. So I started gaming at his house like all the time. And
awesome.
then he was like, him and a couple of his other friends were like, dude, like you should be a streamer. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like what's a streamer? What the fuck is Twitch? Like what is that platform? I've never heard of that, you know? Had no idea how like people make careers out of this, like, you know, and people watch you play video games. Like hearing that was like the best news I've ever heard. I was like, there's no way people actually do this for a living. Like that seems the best thing ever. So I found out that day. I literally went home, went to my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm becoming a Twitch streamer. And she was like, what the fuck's Twitch? She like heard a bit about it because like Amazon owns it or I don't know.
Yep.
And then I was like, well, first of all, I need a PC, right? Because I didn't even have a PC at the time. You know, I only went to his house to play video games. But luckily we lived pretty close, so like it was easy. Like literally like a 15-minute walk. Oh, sorry, 15-second walk, literally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're basically neighbors. But so then I told my mom, gave her the whole rundown of like Twitch and everything. I actually started my first stream at his house. I started streaming like on his computer because I didn't even have one at the time, just to like test it out and stuff like that. And then my mom was like, okay, you know what? We will buy you a PC. So me and my friends, you know, we get this little cheap PC build. It was probably like $1,000, you know, around that. So luckily my parents bought that for me because they're pretty supportive about it because they saw how like passionate I was about like doing this new thing. So yeah, and then I've been streaming ever since. Well,
that's awesome.
I was like a very inconsistent streamer. I would say I like really started streaming like last year, but like yeah.
So how much time between you creating your Twitch account and you streaming was there?
Well, basically the reason I started my Twitch account was to watch my friend's streams.
Oh, okay.
My friend at the time, he would like stream every now and then just to like just, you know, he wasn't trying to make a career out of it. He was just trying to like, you know, show like funny like Fortnite moments or something.
Yeah.
Can I swear on here?
Yeah, you could do whatever you want. I don't care. Yeah.
Okay, good. I just need to know that because I swear a lot.
Fair play.
You know, so I just tuned into like my friends' streams. Like my boyfriend at the time would also just stream for fun. So I just made an account just to like watch them or like support them. But yeah, I think it was like maybe like a couple of months I started my account before I started thinking about doing it myself.
Awesome. Do you remember that first stream that you ever had?
Yes.
Tell me about it. What was going through your head? What were you even streaming?
So you know how earlier when I was in your chat and then the person named Snood was like, oh my god, Amander's biggest fan. My first stream was with him. Actually.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we're still friends to this day. Love Snood. Basically, me and Snood met through like mutual friends online. He was already a streamer at the time, so it was like really easy to like kind of be introduced to like the streaming universe because he already had his own like community and stuff like that. We started playing games together. Like his community was like introduced to me, and like it was really fun. Like we played Fortnite, and like it was a great time, honestly.
That's so cool. That's awesome. And so you started kind of chugging along with your streaming career. When did you realize that, oh shit, this can be a bigger part of my life?
Last year, around this time, I would say.
Really?
Maybe,
Okay.
like, maybe a little earlier. Basically, during when the pandemic started getting, like, really, really bad,
Mm-hmm.
I found myself being bored as fuck, and obviously, I would stream every now and then, I didn't take it too seriously, it was more so, like, something I did for fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, thinking about it as a career was, like, obviously, like, a huge goal of mine,
Mm-hmm.
but it was always, like, a stretch goal, it's like, how am I gonna reach that, because, I'd average maybe, like 5 viewers, I wasn't doing too good
Yeah.
because it's hard to get your name out there, obviously. Like,
It's true.
Twitch, they need to work on, getting people's names out there who, like, aren't super big, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, I started streaming consistently, like, right when COVID laws got like pretty strict because obviously I had a lot of free time, wasn't like hanging out with friends or stuff you usually do. So I started doing that. I started streaming like every single night, like the same time. It was around like 11 or 12 because I literally stay up to like 5 a.m. most nights.
True.
It's
True.
just it's
Yeah.
just my sleep schedule. It just works. I'm an owl. Um, so basically started doing that, and then one day I got a raid from a very, very big streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And after that day, I started averaging like over 100 viewers every single stream. Like
That's
I
awesome.
literally went from like averaging like 15 to 20 to
Mm-hmm.
like over hundreds,
Did you find
which
that
was like
transition
insane.
hard?
Yes, I didn't find it hard in like a bad way. It was just very like um what's the word? Like I just wasn't used to being in front of an audience like so big,
Mm-hmm.
and it I also felt a lot of pressure to be like entertaining like all the time because usually my old streams,
Mm.
wasn't very as many people in chat, didn't really have to worry about like content, all that stuff. Obviously
Yeah.
like bigger streamers always worrying about that because obviously there's like a bunch of people watching them. So
Yeah.
like, they think about that. But then I started like thinking about that because there's so many people watching me, that'd be entertaining, because at this moment I'm starting to think like, oh, like I can make something out of this,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually gonna start trying for it. So I think that was like the biggest transition.
Wow, that's fascinating. Wow, that's so cool to
Yeah.
see the kind of the lore of a streamer, how they got from where they are to
Yes.
from where they were to where they are now. That's really awesome. I like that. I like that a lot. Here's the thing, Amanders. All right. Usually, we're going into a segment now that I purposefully take out of the script so people don't know that's there. But you gotta trust me. All right, you gotta trust me on this one. I promise you. I
Okay.
would never do you dirty. But the thing is this: I think a lot of streamers are put into a pedestal, including myself. We're put into this pedestal because the lights, the camera, the action—it's all on us. And
Mhm.
so, in these kind of shows, I like to, for lack of a better term, kind of humanize and ground the guest with me. All right, I want to be able to have some common ground with you, Amanders. And here's the thing, like again, I haven't been on Twitch for very long, and I'm still learning a lot of people's lore stories, and I want to be able to celebrate that. So, with that being said, I have here on my other monitor 3 of your clips, and
Oh no.
I just want to understand. I got your back. Again, you got to realize, man, I got your back. I got only the best interest in you, but I got 3 of the clips. I just
Oh no,
need,
I have a lot of bad clips, not gonna lie. A lot
I
of out
did
of
a lot.
context things, I will say. I will
Listen,
say.
Amanda, you were one of the longest I've had to dig through to get the right ones, all right? I promise you, again, 70, I've done this 73 times. I spent at least an hour on this, all right? Usually it's only 10 minutes. This bit took me an hour, but I
No
promise,
way.
because there was a couple that I was just like, this is good. I even had to clear with a few people. I was like, this is okay. And like, yeah, it's not. This one's a good one. This is a good one. You just let's send it. So I have 3 clips here. I'll just have you
Okay.
explain. They're layups here, all right, Amanda?
Okay.
I'm gonna switch over the scene, and you can listen along. And I'll have you just explain what's going on. I'll ask you maybe one question of it, and then we'll move on to the next one, all right?
Okay.
So I'll switch over scenes right here. So this first one says titled Pepega Clap.
Oh
And
no.
we'll just, it's 20 seconds long. Let's just let the clip, play for itself. I think it can explain for itself. Let's take a look here, all right? 20 seconds long.
Okay. The king is marching on the top corner of the board. Can you move the king straight up 1 square? Oh fuck! I didn't do it right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was my first time playing chess.
Let's break this one down for you. All right. The direction was, can you move this one straight? You had one job. And both times, it's kind of crazy. A little spoiler alert for everyone watching. Not only did she move it to the side here, I believe it's on this side, she moved it here. You also moved it diagonally. What is going through your brain as you were playing chess for the first time, Amanderz?
Maybe my brain wasn't in the right place at the time. I don't have an excuse for that. I don't know. Honestly, when I read things, sometimes they literally just like, I don't take it in. It just like, I read it and it just goes straight out of my head. Like, it doesn't sit there and like let me register what I just read or like learn.
Fair play.
Maybe that's why I'm not very smart. But yeah, that was, maybe I should have not like broadcasted myself learning chess for the first time. I think I got a lot of Papega clips out of that stream. So
how long did this phase last? Because I know this was a meta on Twitch.
That was the first and last time I literally played chess on stream. I'm not kidding.
You just gave it up. Is there any, let me ask you this, to parlay us into Twitch meta, because I remember this being a big thing last summer or last fall on Twitch. Is there any metas in terms of game? I know Among Us has a new map, whatever. Is there any metas or IRL with restrictions kind of loosening up here in the States? Is there anything Twitch meta-wise that you're thinking about putting into your content moving forward? Or are you happy where you are with what you create?
Well, at the moment, I've been doing a lot of Valorant streams, but to be honest, I'm not that good at the game. Honestly, I just find the game like super fun. Obviously, you can still have a good time playing a game that you suck at.
Yeah.
So, and I've noticed that Valorant clips do really well on TikTok.
Really?
I made a TikTok like not that long ago, and like almost all of them have like blown up.
What?
At least a little bit, yeah.
On Val clips, that's it.
Yes.
But you edit them though?
Yes,
okay.
But there's a strat you gotta do for your Valorant TikToks. I tell my chat this, you know.
Give us a sauce. Give us a
So
sauce.
if you aren't the best at the game, you know, obviously not all of us are 10s. We're not all Asu here.
All right.
You basically gotta go the Papega clip route. Obviously, the funny moments, the highlights, you know. Basically, you got to clickbait them into thinking, well, not clickbait, I call it initial bait, you know. You gotta initial bait them into thinking that you're good at the game, so they continue watching the clip, and then you end it with like a nice Papega clip so that, you know, they're not disappointed that they stuck around.
Yeah,
you know.
Wait,
so I just say, oh, Radiant plays, or oh, 300 IQ Radiant strats, or Killjoy Radiant plays, you know. That's how you do it.
But wait, are you Radiant?
Of course.
What? How can you say you're not that good at the game and then say you're Radiant? And if you're not Radiant and you're doing this, Amanda, you are catfishing us in Valorant play. What is this?
Okay, I'm gold 3. That's
gold 3? That's so
close. That's close. That's like 2 off Radiant, right?
Gold 3 is the equivalent if you were to match gold 3 to liquor. That's just still a plastic bottle, all right? That you can't tell me. Gold 3. I'm livid. I'm tilted right now.
I'm close to plat. You know that's a good rank.
Okay, fair. You know? I'll give you plat. Gold. I mean,
just round it up to plat. You know, I'm already gold 3. Basically plat. You know, it's the same
round
thing.
it up. Okay. Yeah. Well, sure. Why not? Yeah. That's how they do ranking in tournaments out here. They just round it up. It's fine. It's fine. I love it. Let's move on to the second clip here. All right. We got that going on here.
I'm scared.
It looks like it says Amanderz tries marbles. All right.
Oh no.
Marbles was a game I used to play until my PC decided it can no longer handle such an intense game. Apparently. I don't know why it crashes constantly. But here's the thing. With marbles, you also did a bit of a twist where it looks like it's dares. Let's allow the clip to play out. 30 seconds long. I'll have you explain why the reaction to a specific one. I think it's the number one right here. Let me actually bigger so everyone can see. Let's play the clip here. It's 30 seconds long.
I'm gonna have to do fucking ASMR. Oh, this is a very close tie. Oh shit!
Classic song. So, here's the thing. All right.
Wait, what
Amanda.
just happened?
So you're playing marbles. It looks like marbles are theirs. But the question I have for you is, you were shitting on ASMR. All right.
Oh my god.
I want to know why not the ASMR stream? Why are you avoiding the ASMR the demand for ASMR?
You know what's funny though? I actually do ASMR sometimes.
What is this? You were just fighting fate then.
Okay, but I do it more on like the meme side. I just can't take it seriously.
What's a meme
You know?
ASMR?
Like, you know, if I'm eating some food, is someone in chat's like, you know, ASMR please, you know, I'm gonna start munching it in my microphone.
Oh, I got you.
But
I got you.
I don't think I could ever do it like seriously. I know there's people who just stream that.
Yeah.
I could never. Like, I will burst out into laughing. Like, I just can't take that stuff seriously. I like whispering into the microphone, doing all these like fingers. I can't take it seriously.
You could,
Like,
it farms though. It farms on this
it
platform.
does.
ASMR. So I mean, we gotta I might if this doesn't work out for me in the next month, this show, my ass might be on ASMR. I don't know, man. This is
maybe the hot tub too. You know, those little
all right.
combos.
Relax there, Amanders. All right, eyes up here, Amanders. All right, I'm not a piece of meat on the internet. Look, in terms of marbles dares, what's the worst dare that you've had to do?
I think, honestly, I had some just weird ones. I remember when I had to like sleep on my bed for 5 minutes. I literally just sat there and didn't say anything and pretended to sleep one time. I think there's some clip of that somewhere. The worst one was probably when I had to do a dance. I actually had to delete the clip, DMCA.
Damn.
But I had to do this like this K-pop dance.
Mhm.
It was like my most watched clip, I think. Because it was just so cringe, you know?
And it's because of DMCA that we weren't able to save the clip. Is that what I'm hearing?
I know. Honestly, I think it is somewhere on the internet. But yeah.
All right. I'll take your word for it. Here's the thing, Amanda, is we're going to go to the last clip here. This last clip,
All right.
it is your most viewed clip. And
God.
I died at this one. All right. I need you to explain what the hell you were doing in this clip.
Oh no.
And I will ask you, the follow-ups of like what happened afterward. What was the post game? So let's take a listen. 30 seconds as well. Let's give it a listen here.
Oh, I know this clip.
Thick.
Hey, my name's Sterdeki, and I'm looking to get hot and bothered in the war zone with you. So buy me like a piece of meat.
Yeah, egirl.gg. That's my favorite website, honestly.
I'm looking to get hot and bother with you
Yes.
in Warzone. So
I actually
buy
messaged
me.
him after that.
Okay, and what happened?
I think I got egoed, honestly.
What do you mean?
I think he just didn't reply.
Bro, you can't. He's $1. He's one of the lowest amounts. You can't ego on $1. That doesn't make sense, Amanderz. Look at this guy. You might have dodged though. You might have dodged. Let's be real. This guy, this guy got your back in Warzone. Nah, he's getting that. He's yoinking that $1. Next game, please. There's no way. This is it.
$1, bro. Oh
$1
my
a game.
God.
$1 a game. That's his rate.
Expensive, yo. That's a pricey.
I will say this though. Homie got 4 thumbs up. This person here got only 3. And that's double the amount. You tell me who's really what. I don't know. What happened? So what brought you to this website? And
All right.
Go ahead. Please tell me the background story.
So around a year ago, that website was popping on Twitch. All the big streamers were like for the memes,
course.
browsing there. You can find some interesting people on there. I also made an account myself. I think that was like a day or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just browsing through it looking for a eagle companion. Sometimes it gets lonely. And I came across him, and I think it was just love at first sight, So yeah, I know someone clipped that and it went on live stream fails and it just like blew up overnight. I was like so confused. I was like, oh my god.
But
Like, what the hell?
But do you see, amanderz? This is what I believe your story fully, and that's so awesome. It went on live stream. It went viral. It's killing it. But this is where I get a little bit confused. This is where I get a little confused because it's like this is wall to wall e-boys, e-girls. Why that one? What drew your eye to be like, you know what? I need to hear the voice sample. I need to know what this guy's all about.
I don't know. I told you, love at first sight. It's real.
Yeah, it was the Adidas.
I just felt the connection between us. He was my e-girl, you're browsing through ego.gg and you see your e-girl, like I just knew.
Can't believe the homie egoed you. Absolutely no response.
Like my heart was broken.
I'll go back. I'll try to find him on Twitter. I'll clip this. I'll send it his way. All right. We need closure on this story. This is Twitch journalism at its finest. All right. We need closure. That's what I do. I'm the Oprah of Twitch. Yes. This is what we do. That being said, that's all the clips, amanderz. See, it's not so bad, right?
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
There could have been worse clips, definitely.
It could have been exactly, and that's the thing. I'm a professional. I told you, I got your back. I work for you. I work for you, amanderz. But the thing is this, all right? As much as I love Twitch, and I really do, it's become a bigger part of my life throughout this past year since I've joined. I also love Twitter. It's my favorite platform. It's so
same.
Good. It's really
love Twitter. Yeah. That's my most used app besides Twitch.
Yeah, same, exactly. But the thing is, amanderz, I got 3 of your tweets, and I go, why you gotta roll your eyes so quick? What is this? I'm just
Wait, is it my main account or like alt account?
It's your main. It's your main.
Okay.
All right, I got you.
Okay.
I for some people, I'll do all that. For you, I got your back. I don't want to pop off. But a lot of the tweets that I did choose, I think there's a lot of good stuff that I wanted to be able to give you a platform as well as to help me understand. And so this first one being one of them, it's more on the honest, serious side, and goes. You were popping off with this one. You told your shit. You told your real stuff. I'll read it aloud for you. And you said, not a single stream goes by where there's not at least 5+ guys asking for OnlyFans / asking me on a date / sexualizing me, and it sucks. I know these guys would never have the guts to say that shit to me in person. You wrote that at 2:23 p.m. April 14th this year. I want to know, amanderz, all right? I want to know. I want to hear your hot take, or your not even hot take, your take on this matter, because I'm a guy streamer. At best, I get random dick trolls or racism. I mean, at best.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine, how it is on your behalf. So I would love to know what a day in the life of amanderz looks like in this regard of harassment online, as well as for those maybe, with women streamers that are watching this tonight, how can they, also deal with it? How can they also manage this kind of harassment and also enjoy the platform and streaming in general?
Well, honestly, I tweeted that out because I was just so annoyed. Usually, I do get like a maybe like 1 or 2, people taking it too far. Obviously, some people come in and be like, oh, you're really pretty, or, just like a compliment, it's harmless. But some people be like, hey, babe, like, when's our date? Or, some dude will come in and be like, wow, like, are you single? Like, I want to take you on a date. Mm-hmm. It's just like, this is not a dating website. It's just not. And how do you reply to that? Like, it's just so... awkward. It's just like such an awkward position to be put in, and it's just like really uncomfortable too. Definitely. And plus, there's even messages I'll get where it's just like I can't even say what they say because it's just TOS, but like some like weird shit guys will say. Like I can't even say it. That's just how weird it is. And there was this one stream where I think I literally counted like at least 7 guys like trying to like get with me, and it's just like it shouldn't be done on this website. I'm streaming here just to play video games, build my community, have fun with chat, you know, have a good time. And it's actually gets like my mood sometimes literally gets ruined by like comments like that. And
But that's
it
fair.
sucks.
That's more than fair, because here's the thing. It's like you're trapped. You're literally you're in your place of work, or where your safe space is, what you're trying to create, and this person is kind of, what are you gonna do? Either stop the stream, or you could ban them, but they'll DM you and all that shit, and then they'll find your socials. Like it perplexes me in the sense, and I'm not trying to even like. Here's a hot take too on a guy's perspective. For a guy to say this kind of stuff, I'll get called for white knighting. You know, I'll get called for, oh, what is this? Who is this? Am I allowed to say simp about myself? But like, who is this? Whatever, defending women. This is out of pocket.
Yeah.
But because the thing is this, Amanda, is like what I'm trying to understand is it sounds like constant berating of whether it means, you know, from anywhere between the spectrum of lighthearted hitting on you to full on creeper mode, you know. Have you ever had to take, you know, and again, you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, you know, I'll give you an out no matter what, but what precautions do you take in terms of protecting yourself as a woman streamer here on this platform that's so public to the eye?
So many precautions I take because I've had stalkers in the past. And I've had stalkers before I even started streaming.
What? What
in high school? Okay, in high school, one day this person started messaging me on Snapchat, and they had a fake name. I thought they were like this person in my class, so I added them back.
Yeah.
And they started messaging me, and they knew so much personal information about me. It was actually scary. Yikes. And I blocked them. I still this day have no idea who they are. Like it was just super creepy. Also, when I first started my Twitch channel, I was streaming to like maybe like 2 viewers at the time, so it was fine. But someone literally went in my chat and just leaked my exact address, like my home address.
That's so trash,
and
dude.
It was so scary. I think I didn't stream for like a month after that because I was just so traumatized. Even though like no one was really watching, it's still like the fact that someone did that. Yeah, you know. It's just such an invasion of privacy. Like, that's just so weird. And I obviously knew it was probably some dumb person went to my high school, because obviously, maybe it was a bad thing that I was like kind of open about streaming in high school. But like, I didn't think anyone would fucking do that. Like,
totally, yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly why I don't say what school I go to. I don't say like where I live. Besides like Vancouver, Canada. You know, I just don't want to deal with that stuff.
No, totally fair. That completely makes sense. And like, I mean, it doesn't matter if there's one person watching or 1,000. Like, it seems like a threat. You know, it seems like a very open-handed threat of like, hey, maybe nobody's watching this, but like, I know this thing about you, and it's just so like, what would possess a person to go that far, especially for a smaller streamer at the time you were, to do that? It makes it's nothing short of harassment, and just, I mean, it's a way of I guess online bullying. I don't know. It's completely creepy, man. I don't understand what would bring people to do that, but
I know it's so weird.
I'm happy that you were able to take a stance, because I think there's a lot of, you know, I used to mod a handful of streamers, and some of them were women. And by far, it was the hardest job in terms of modding them. They were constantly harassed, and I just felt bad. And I was like, "There's really, what advice would you give in terms of to those smaller streamers that are women in dealing with this kind of harassment?"
Mods, you need good mods.
Yeah.
Also, I learned this from someone on like my Twitter replies or something. Blocking out. There's a thing you can do, like block out certain terms and stuff. Yeah. Block out your school, your address, anything in relation to like giving away something. That also helps. Another thing that's also weird is I'll get people who will be like, "Oh, I've seen you on campus here, or aren't you in my Zoom class?" I'll get that stuff too. But like, I swear, like 50% of it is actually troll, and like
Yeah.
people just do that to like sound like, "Oh, I know this about you," or like make it seem like they know something when they really don't, and that's also
Right.
super weird.
So-
So obviously, it's kind of hard to avoid that too. But at least it's not that threatening because they're just like making some shit up in their head. But
True.
yeah,
So
I would
weird,
say
man.
just have good mods, honestly.
Get them in. Hire them
Yeah.
ASAP. Yeah, no. Yao's got my back, apparently. Yao's got my back. We'll see. Let's go to the second tweet here. This second tweet
All right.
is a hot topic, especially in the world of Twitch. But I think you were talking both about your personal life and your streamer life, and I would love to know your take on this. It reads, "I hate how college and my mental health has been recently holding me back from becoming the content creator I aspire to be. Thank you to those who support me when I know there's so many other creators who have way better content than me." There's a specific line that you used in this that drew my eye, and it's the reason why I chose this tweet to talk to you about. You said, holding me back from becoming the content creator I aspire to be. What is that content creator? Who is that content creator? I should be asking.
Like when I think of like my favorite content creators,
Yeah.
they're constantly providing content, not only on Twitch, like they're doing YouTube, they're doing TikTok, they're constantly like putting out content on all social medias just so they can get their name out. And I definitely feel like not having free time kind of sets me back a step because obviously Twitch is not very good to get recognition on.
Yeah.
It's way easier to blow up on TikTok, YouTube, those are just like the two ones that come to mind.
Mhm.
And it sucks because, you could say, "Oh, hire an editor." It's expensive.
100%.
Like I've contacted YouTube editors and stuff like that. It's pretty expensive, like per video. And obviously it's editing something that like I feel like decently confident to do on my own. It's not that hard to edit like a highlights video, stuff like that, I figured out how to do TikTok editing. I feel like I could figure out like YouTube editing. So it's really hard to know that school like does set me back a step from other content creators because obviously
Yeah.
most big content creators they're just doing streaming, so like they can mainly focus on that. It's hard to focus on both school and streaming at the same time because like you don't know which one to prioritize, and like it's just super hard to just like do well in both, because obviously my grades matter in school. I'm
True.
still taking 4 classes, so yeah.
That's brutal. What year are you in?
Second year.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you're still in the thick of it. You're about to
Yep.
get into your main studies, main credits
Mhm.
instead of the gen eds. Damn. All right, amanderz. I'm rooting for you. But answer me this though. What does the ideal, for example, schedule in terms of content? Say you're done with school. School's done and your full-time content creation. What would it look like? What would that world look like? Give us a taste of that.
Well, first of all, I would definitely make my YouTube active again.
Yeah.
I literally have 1 video on there. So I would definitely try to
gosh.
post at least like a video a week,
Okay. Yeah.
And I would also definitely try to make more of my streams. Most of my streams recently have just been kind of like Valorant, just chatting, hasn't really been like much content, like, like planned events or like stuff like that. I definitely do more like planned events, stuff like that, or, like content things, like special things to do in the community, stuff like that. And then I would definitely like try to upload on TikTok like at least daily, honestly. Like that app is super easy to grow on.
Yeah.
And I feel like consistently posting on that app, like you could really blow up.
Definitely.
So,
Dang. Okay. You literally have a
yes.
game plan that you just can't execute because of
Yes,
time.
I know, it sucks.
That's insane. That's so bad. That's such a again.
Oh, and I've
that's
also
such a tease
changed
there.
my streaming schedule too, because
To
I
what?
know so many people who are like, "You streamed too late, Amanda. Like, what the hell? I have to go to bed now." You know, so I definitely stream like a couple hours earlier. The only reason I do stream at this time, obviously, my sleep schedule is pretty fucked at the moment, but it's because of school. You know, I can't stream during the day because that's when I have classes. So it just happens, you know.
Well, let's not blame school for the the night owl. I know a night owl when I see one, all right? I know you're a DGen like everybody else here that's watching the show tonight live, all right? These guys are all DGens. It is what it is. It is what it is. No, I like that. I like that. That's awesome. Let's move on, though, to the last tweet here. I wouldn't be getting my money's worth without putting you a little bit on the spot here. And so this one's a short and sweet tweet. And it just says... I'm single, by the way, and you're using somewhat of the SpongeBob meme, capital, not capital language here. You wrote this at 7:43 p.m., March 9th, 2021. Riddle me this, amanderz. All right, whose lives are you trying to ruin with this tweet? Like, what possessed you to send out a nuke of a tweet like this out to the Twitterverse?
So many people were just tweeting that. Pokimane tweeted it, and then everyone saying it. I just had to hop on the train. You know, I might not be single, so I was memeing them.
Okay.
Hopefully, some people did not think I was serious. I don't think people did, honestly, because I did not get DMs after that.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane. This is like, I know we just talked about the harassment literally 2 tweets ago, but like, this is OP. Like, this was out of pocket tweet there, amanderz. You can't tell me there's no one that was just being like, all right, full sicko creep mode right now. I gotta send the DM. Nobody messaged you?
I mean, I do get like messages like fairly often, but like usually people, if they're like replying to a tweet, they'll like, it's like there's like something you can do where it's like they put your tweet in the DM. I never got like a DM like that, like indicating like they DM me because of that tweet. So, yeah.
Fair play. Fair play. So you just sent it out there to the universe, see what happens. You know, you saw Pokimane was doing it. I was like, oh, why not me? Why not me?
I know. It's just Pokimane. If Pokimane tweets it, I gotta tweet it. You know.
True. At this point, I know I might be a month late. I might have to tweet it at this point because I didn't realize the queen simply had it. But that's everything, all right, amanderz? That's all the embarrassing stuff. That's all the humanizing stuff. You're done. That's the hardest part of the show, in my opinion, for the guest, because they got to tap dance. Everything else is literally handed to you. But I'm gonna ask you some introspective questions about your time on Twitch, and then we'll lean into your life story. All right?
Okay.
So the first question I have here is, what have you learned about yourself through streaming, amanderz?
Probably that. Well, first of all, pretty sure I have ADHD. Because I was always like kind of thinking about it in high school, but like now I'm pretty certain of it. Like I take like a lot of tests. Okay, obviously you should not really trust online tests, obviously.
What BuzzFeed test did you take?
I did research that there's no way to actually like prove that you do have ADHD. Like, it really is just like a set of questions. And I literally, when I read about like the symptoms and stuff, like it's like literally me. It's literally me. And another thing that like makes it more clear, so many streamers also have ADHD.
Yeah.
Like, I know so many that do. And so that's number one. Second of all, I always thought I was like pretty boring person. Twitch streaming makes me feel like more entertaining. I'm a pretty introverted person, so it's like very strange that people would be like interested to watch me, but I do feel like I'm way more extroverted when I'm streaming. I don't know why I'm able to be more extroverted, but yeah, like if let's say like Twitch streaming was like an IRL type thing and like, you know, my 100 viewers were like 100 people in front of me, like I would definitely not be the same. Like I would just be like freaking frozen. I'm so scared of public speaking. Like that's like my worst fear. So yes, I'm terrible at public speaking. Like I've literally cried at public speaking before in middle school. I'm not kidding.
Is this not public speaking though?
I swear it's just different. Like it's just like the live audience that's scary. You know?
I see. Yeah, definitely.
Like when it's just your camera and you don't really think about people watching you really.
Yeah.
You just kind of just chilling there gaming, you know? You don't really think about like 100 individuals just staring at you, watching you, you know? But like in person, you know, you can see people's like facial expressions, or like maybe they're judging you, stuff like that.
I would have
So,
never guessed that of you. Based off
yeah.
of how we're talking the past, what,
No,
30,
I'm
40?
so
That's insane.
introverted. Like,
No, that's crazy. What like you came in already hot, ready to fucking throw down. So I was like, oh shit, like, all right, well, we're doing. Usually there's a 5-minute buffer of being like, all right, let's size up the guest, but you were ready to go. That's great. That's awesome that streaming kind of shed some light about parts of who you were that you didn't know prior.
yes,
Or you got
definitely.
affirmation for. That's really cool. On the theme of streaming though, how would you describe your streaming style, amanderz? I know that's a very vague question, but you take it and run with it. How would you describe your streaming style?
Well, I think, you know, there's two types of Twitch streamers. There's the ones who are good at the game, and the ones who aren't and make it funny. I would say I'm definitely the second one.
Yeah.
I am pretty much bad at every single video game I play, I will say. Like, not bad, not good, just like plain average, or even sometimes like actual trash at some games. So, you know, I kind of go for the more, relatable gameplay, you know, Papega moments, funny moments type streams. I also, an advantage of being like, I mean, I don't know what you'd call like a small streamer. I would say maybe I'm like a medium-sized streamer. So like the advantage of that is like interacting with your chat and stuff like that. I
Definitely.
do 1-hour intros to all my streams and just sit there and talk with my chat, because I feel like that is actually like one of my favorite things about streaming.
Yeah.
Just sitting there like talking to people, because it's so interesting. Like so many people like have different lives, like all different places in the world. I've met so many people through streaming, like it's crazy. I know like people who live in freaking like Australia, or, like New Zealand, or like, you know, some people just live in Cali. You know, I've met so many people, and it's just like super interesting. Like I really like getting to know new people, because being a shy person, it's like pretty hard to do that in the real world. Just like walking up to someone, striking a conversation. Online, it's so much easier. So
100%. And,
yeah.
But that's also really good etiquette, in my opinion. I think the way, like, and everyone's like, what's advice for smaller streamers? I always, it's tough because I'm not a variety streamer. I'm a talk show streamer. So I have already a preset thing. But even, you notice at the beginning of the show, I took about 15 minutes just to hang out and talk. That's really important to know and put a story. We can't really put a face because we're just looking at text, but to put a story to a name is really important to build somewhat of a rapport or relationship with people that are fucking with your content, because that's important. Like they're investing, you know, we could talk about bits, subs, donuts, all that, but they're investing in something even more precious, which is their time. And so the fact that they spend time with you and want to watch you both have a conversation or make awesome Valorant gameplay clips for TikTok. Either or, it doesn't matter. So that's I think that you hit the nail on the head with that one, where, you know, that 1 hour of just chatting at the beginning and then maybe 30 minutes at the end really helps you not just solidify relationships, but expand them and possibly grow them. That's really cool. That's good shit there. Let's talk about those people though. All right. Let's talk like they're not even here. All right. My question for you, amanderz, and I promise, I know the a lot of people have said, I feel weird about answering this because I'm gonna feel like I'm, you know, having an ego. No ego involved with this answer. Well, you could say whatever you want. I'll never think you have an ego on this.
All right.
But the question is stated: if I asked your community, amanderz, who you are, and I had no prior knowledge of it, what do you think they would say to me? If I just showed up to your chat one day and said, yo, tell me, hey, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, tell me about this amanderz person. What do you think they would say to me?
Papega.
That's so ridiculous. Oh, why? Why, amanderz? Why would they call you Papega? Go ahead.
Like, that's just, honestly, it's kind of just becoming my brand that I have on a day-to-day basis on a stream. It's like, there's going to be at least like 2 to 3. So I'd definitely say Papega is like number 1.
Okay.
Also, you know, I'd hope they would think that I'm Funny, maybe. I don't really know.
It goes Pepega,
Honestly, I don't
then
think I'm a
maybe
funny
fun.
person,
Yeah?
but I always when I read, I keep my DMs open because sometimes I like reading them. Because
Mhm.
obviously, there's like some weird dick pics I receive, which are fucking
blood?
gross.
Fair blood?
Those are gross. But besides those, there's some very nice ones that I like to read, and I notice a lot of people are always like, "Oh, your laugh is so contagious." Like, "Oh, you make me laugh. You're so funny." I don't know if it's because I'm funny or like my laugh's just contagious. What it is, but yeah, I would hope to think that I'm like funny.
Mhm.
And maybe they think I'm nice. I don't
My
know.
God. You're making this so hard. You're making
I
this
don't know.
hard
I
for
don't-
me
I
to
don't
listen.
I don't think I'm like that much of a person, but like I feel like people think I am nice, which is nice.
But you're not like I'll give you that you're not a jackass. Like you're not like I'll give you that. I'll give you that. All right. Nice. That's subjective. We'll leave that up. The interview's still early, Amanderz. I'll tell you at the end of it how nice you were. But it's interesting. Like you went with Pepega with a hard first, then hopefully funny, which hopefully should not be attached. But I understand it. It's tough. It's like calling yourself cool. That's brutal.
Yeah, I'm a loser. No, I
Yeah.
actually say I'm a loser. Being a loser is cool though.
Honestly, though, a loser or a dork, like I realize is probably my favorite. Like I
Mhm.
would stick with those qualities. And then you went with hopefully nice at the end of it. All right, fair play. I'll take those answers. I'll take that. Let's flip the question around though. Let's flip the question around,
Okay.
Amanderz. How would you describe your community to me? Again, same scenario. I show up in your chat. It's like, yo, Amanderz, tell me about these people that are here embedded in your community, hanging out, vibing out, trying to fuck with whatever you're doing. What would you say of them to me?
I would say wholesome memers.
Okay. Wow, this is a very 180 answer to what you gave yourself. Wholesome memers. All right. Give me an
Yes.
example of both.
Okay, I know every streamer will say this about their own community, like, oh, I have the community. You can't experience other people's lives or like being like that community as yours, but like I really do think like I have like definitely one of the most wholesome communities like on Twitch. They're always like
Mm.
so supportive. The amount of like kind messages I get in like my chat, like good luck on your final, or like how was
Oh,
your
yeah.
day today, just like messages like that, like just means so much. They'll just remember like the small things. Like I'll literally be talking about like, oh, like I'm going skiing on this day. Like next week, someone will be like, how was your ski trip? It's like it just feels so nice that like
Mhm.
feeling that like people care about you. That sounds so sad, but like it's just like
it's
so
not
comforting, It's just
it's
like
not it's not
wow.
sad. That's not sad. That's great. Like
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, Amanderz. Were you ever raised, growing up where it's like, don't trust the internet? Like your parents are like, get away from the internet. There's no good that come from it. But then you realize, oh wow, these people that I may or may not have ever met that really don't know too much of my whole longevity of my life are like investing and supporting and really kind and checking in on you. That's insane. It kind of shows you the humanity of this world. Like I know the news
Yeah.
and the fucking everything that's trending on Twitter is so damn depressing, but here in this little world on Twitch and in this little community that we've created, like you have people that are truly like they got your back. They got you through as long as you're not doing anything that's too out of pocket, Amanderz. All right, but they got your back. All right, that's awesome. I like that a lot. That's really
Yeah.
cool. Wholesome and tell me about the memer side though. You told me about the
Yes.
wholesome.
Oh, my chat, like all meme. Well, not all. I would say like a lot of memers in there, but it's honestly like funny as fuck. There's always people, getting these clips of me
Mhm.
just like making me just look either Pepega or like out of context. I get a lot
Yeah.
of clips or just like people trying to get me, oh, these nuts, jokes like
classic.
that.
Classic joke.
But yeah, I definitely do have a lot of memers in my chat. But honestly, it's funny for me. So
They just do a little
Yeah.
bit of trolling, is what I heard. They just do a little bit of
Yes.
trolling, look who shows up. This is one of the people I mentioned at the top of the show. With a 32-person raid, we got Nate Howie. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. I'll DM you later after the show. I appreciate it. All those that are coming from Nate's community, hello, my name's Moms Online. I'm a variety talk show streamer, and you're catching an episode of Inside the Streamer Studio, and our very special guest today is amanderz, and we have just actually finished the first segment of the show. The general questions about your time here on Twitch. You're killing it, amanderz. I'm telling you. See,
Yay!
it's a breeze. It's a breeze here. All right. I told you. You're gonna have an easy time. That being said, do you have to use the restroom at all? Do you need to get any water?
I'm good.
You're good to go. So. I've kind of trained my body to use the restroom 3 times throughout the show. I also drink a huge jug of water here. So I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be back in 1 minute.
All right.
But the chat is yours. You know, I usually say don't look at the chat while you're telling your story. They're all yours. I'll be back in a minute, all right?
All right.
Okay. Be right back.
Oh my god, this is so weird. It's like I'm streaming, but like not streaming. Hey, chat. Guys, let's not talk about weed. What the hell? What the hell? So how is chat? How is everyone? This is so weird. It's like I'm not streaming, but I am. Sort of. A little hostage. You're good? That's good. Hello, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the content. Oh, thank you, Pawns. Honestly, guys, I'm really nervous still. So, but that's just me being a little wimp. You should stream this. I would love to stream about this, but I have to study for finals, guys. Oh. Thank you, guys. You guys are too nice. These nuts? Oh, of course I know these nuts. God, who doesn't know Deanne? Thank you, Globe. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Too nice. Thank you, Daisy. You guys are too nice. Finals are bad. Fuck finals. Yeah, honestly, I agree. Fuck finals. Anyways, guys, I wonder. No, we shouldn't talk about drugs here. We shouldn't talk about drugs here, right?
Someone say drugs. We got a real quick drug segment here. Wait, we got drugs here? What you got?
What?
What do we,
I don't know anything about drugs.
what do we talk about real quick here for the drugs?
What's drugs? Never
Yeah,
done
you're
that
right.
before.
Never heard of her.
No.
Never heard of it. This is
No.
crazy. This is crazy. Are we talking? All right. Fine, amanderz. I thought we were cool. I thought we bonded over the first segment. I didn't realize that we're not allowed to talk about certain things here, guys. All right. Just riddle me this. All right. Are we talking about salads? Are we talking about other?
No, I don't do drugs, so I wouldn't know.
There it is. All right.
Mhm.
It's on the record, guys. All right. Though it is 420 tomorrow.
420 tomorrow. But I don't do
Man-
drugs, so I'm not gonna
amanderz,
take advantage of that.
amanderz, you ain't. It just you're not celebrating the holiday. All right. Insane. I've said this. I'm in Seattle, Washington. All right. I'm in Seattle, which I probably shouldn't keep saying my location, but I think it's very obvious what my outside is gonna smell like in literally 3 hours once the clock hits midnight.
Me too.
All
Me
right.
too. There's a
You
lot
too?
of stoners here.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy, but I mean, I don't hate it. It's not the worst smell. It's still kind of stinky, but it is what it is.
I just got used to it, honestly. Like downtown Vancouver, it's just weed.
That's
Literally.
so true. I went there for like a bachelor party, like right before Rona hit, and it was like, it's insane. You guys closed the streets, dude. That's so awesome. Like you
Yes.
just partying on the streets. I was like, damn, I gotta go. I plan another trip up there because I'm trying to hit up that casino that's part of your like soccer stadium. I don't know if you're aware of that. There's literally a nice ass casino in there. All right. We're
Never
getting
even been to the
deep into this.
casino actually. So
Amanderz, what are you doing? All right, you live there. These are the hottest joints in Vancouver. All right, what are we doing here?
wait, am I old enough to gamble?
Yeah,
How old do you have to be? 19?
19. I
Oh.
believe.
Well, I
Wait.
guess maybe I'll go sometime soon.
All right, we'll see about this. Amanderz. That being said, all right, we're going into the life story segment here in the show. And
All right.
it's the mean potatoes, it's the heart, it's the whole concept of what we do here.
All
Now,
right.
there's some things I want to tell you as well as those that are watching live or later on YouTube and Spotify. Um, Someone's story, whether they're a streamer or not, is extremely special, and I consider it a gift. And so it's always been my main prerogative to respect and honor that to the highest degree. And when I say that, I'm especially mentioning that, in the nature of this job that I have here, I do ask quite a few follow-up questions and maybe even some clarification questions. You don't have to answer any of those. If ever I ask a question that's too personal or too deep, feel free to stop me. Feel free to give me a general answer and then kind of just move on from it, whatever it may be, because I want to make sure you're 100% not just comfortable, but in control. As much as, yeah, I'm a host, it's important, especially with this kind of segment, to give the guests as much room to talk and riff as possible. So I'm willing to learn and discuss as much as you're willing to share. That's what we come down here. All right?
Sounds good.
Awesome. See, open-handed. That's open-handed. That's when you know I'm telling the truth. That being
Yes.
said, I hate doing that part because the first question always sounds like the most sus one, but I promise we'll pass through it. And the first question is the one we talked about prior to the show, which is, all right, we're going to talk about you growing up, amanderz, in general. All right. You don't got to give me the specific neighborhood, whatever, whether you want to give me a state, city, country, general location. Where were you born and raised?
Vancouver, Canada.
Vancouver, Canada. Awesome. Any
Yep.
siblings?
No.
No.
I'm an only child.
Only child. Dang. Tell me about that life. I haven't had too many only childs here. I've had a lot of youngest childs, and it makes a lot of sense why the youngest is on Twitch, to be very honest with you. It's the attention, it's all that. But tell me how it was growing up as the only child in your family.
I would say I don't know. It's kind of hard to compare it to like people with siblings because like I have no idea what it feels like to have a sibling.
Mhm.
But there are a lot of benefits to being an only child. Obviously, I know some friends who have like bad relationships with their siblings, or some
Yeah.
have really good ones.
Mhm.
Sometimes I wish I had a sibling. It's like a
Mhm.
friend. What if I had a bad relationship with them? It's like maybe I don't want that.
Mhm.
I would say you get a lot of privacy. I would say, so I feel like siblings kind of like invade privacy sometimes
Mhm.
and can also like annoy you and stuff. But at the end of the day, like it would have been cool if I had a sibling.
Mm.
I think about that.
In terms of, kind of being that only child world, like you said, there's a lot of pros to it. Uh, Tell me this. Was there a lot of attention on you because you were the only kid in the household? And if so, did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it?
Well, it's actually really crazy because my mom was also an only child.
Oh.
So my grandparents on my mom's side, I'm their only granddaughter.
Yo.
So there is a lot of attention, at least on like that side of the family,
Mhm.
especially. Because obviously, grandparents, they're always spoiling their grandchildren, and being their only grandchildren, they spoil me like too much, honestly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I definitely did have a lot of attention on me. Obviously, because I'm like the only kid.
Yeah.
Honestly, I see it as like a good thing. Like usually if we're going somewhere and it's not their decision, then it's my decision. You don't have to worry about like what your sibling wants, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But sometimes I felt like when I was growing up, it was like too much attention sometimes.
Can you give us an example?
Like they would, I don't know. I know a lot of parents wouldn't be like super into like like activities their kids are doing, or like going to like events that their kids are going to be at, or like parent teacher like interviews, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like my parents are super into that stuff. Like
Really?
like
Okay.
we're going to every dance show that you go to. Like we're coming to every parent teacher interview. Like like obviously, which is is caring,
Yeah.
but I don't really like attention.
Said by a streamer. That makes no. Amanda, stop lying on the.
I'm serious.
I need to get a
dead
Bible
serious.
here. This is.
I'm dead serious.
You don't like attention.
No.
Why?
Like, I just don't like knowing that like I am the center of attention.
Okay.
Like for birthdays, I don't like birthdays. I'd rather just sit at home and like play video games to spend my birthday, or like hang out with like one individual. Because just having a group of people, I think it's the difference between streaming is that like it's not like there's a crowd of people watching me. It's just me talking to my camera, and then there's like a chat. Obviously they're people, but like once again, not really thinking about them actually like live watching me. It's like the live type of setting.
Yeah.
Bunch of people giving me attention. Don't like it at all. Like, hate that.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah. You mentioned performances. What
Yes.
performances are you talking about?
I was a dancer and a
no
figure
way.
skater. for a
Damn.
bit.
Okay.
Yes.
So they were there for all of that. They
Oh
were like-
yes. Yes. They
Was-
had to be there.
Was that per your decision? Like, did you want to go into dance and figure skating?
Figure skating was definitely my mom's idea because she used to do that growing up. I ended up
Damn.
like stopped doing it because I fell in love with dance a lot more, and I wanted to just like solely have my like free time doing dance only.
Mhm.
So I only did figure skating for around like 4 to 5 years, I would say. And then I did dancing for a pretty long time, probably like 12, 13 years, honestly.
That's
But
wild,
yeah.
though. That's wild. That's like I still to this day could not like ice skate. It's ridiculous. Like I'm done. I'm done. My last ex was like, first date, let's go ice skating. I was like, well, hey, this is it. This is awesome. That was cool. Tell me this. In terms of dancing, what was the style of dance you were doing at
Every
the time?
type. I
Every
did
type.
every type.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was
Damn.
super into it. Yeah.
And what brought you into it? What piqued your interest?
Me and my friend at the time, we were like, I don't know, like pretty young when I got into it.
Mhm.
Elementary school, probably like grade 1 or 2. I took this like ballet class. I ended up hating it actually. Ballet's still my least favorite dance, but I was required to take it because basically the way dance works is that there's company dancers, which is
Mhm.
basically like the highest level of dance like in your studio, and to become that you have to take like a required amount of dance courses, and like ballet was obviously required because ballet is kind of like the base of dance, like that's where like dancing kind of started, and there's a lot that goes into ballet, like your form,
Mm.
your balance. There's a lot of like technical stuff that like ballet is really important in.
Mhm.
But ballet is definitely the most boring type of dance in my opinion. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I ain't trying to like just do some little hops and some like pointing my toes.
Mhm.
It's pretty boring. But
Yeah.
I was required to take them. Anyways, that was like the first style of dance I did. I actually hated it,
Okay.
and I was like, wow, I don't like dance. But then I took a tap dance class. It was so fun. I was like, okay, well,
Ooh.
I'm going to do more types of dance. I did jazz, started doing other stuff, and I loved it.
That's so cool. That's
yeah.
awesome. Let me take us back a little bit. I want to ask you about the whole sibling situation. With siblings, you mentioned that you were like, at one point I did want, siblings. If I may ask, which type? And would you want to be the youngest, the oldest, and why?
I would definitely want to be the youngest after hearing like my friends who are the older siblings, because they always complain that like the youngest one always gets what they want.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, that's a fact.
Yes.
That isn't true. Youngest, and do you care? Older brother, sister?
The thing that scares me about an older brother is sometimes they're either really nice or really mean. So if
Hmm.
they're guaranteed to be like a nice, like like a nice protective older brother, like
Yeah.
sure. But I know some friends who have like the meanest older brothers. So mean. And it's just like I would never want that.
True.
So
So,
it all
but,
depends.
but it sounds like you're leaning towards brother over a sister.
Well, a sister, I think if I had to choose between like a nice sister and a nice brother, I think I would choose a sister, honestly, because I
Oh.
feel like you would get along more just because you're both girls. But I
Okay.
feel like an older brother also would be nice, you know.
Gives you that diversity there, you know.
Yeah.
You don't, yeah, it's a whole other type of world that we're not, not familiar with there.
Mhm.
That's cool. I like that. I like that. Let's talk about your parents. All right, tell me about your relationship with your parents, Manders.
Amazing.
Yeah, super
They're
close.
upstairs right now. Yeah.
Okay, don't we
I'm
don't gotta
literally in
bring
their
them in
house.
here. Stop. Are you threatening me? Hey, moms, they're literally here. You want to bring them in? Like, what? Tell me the level of like when you say it's amazing. What classifies an amazing relationship with parents?
I mean, I don't really have like the most amazing relationship, but like we definitely all get along. Like, you know,
Hmm.
my parents are like still together. I know a lot of kids who have divorced parents, which actually
Definitely.
sucks.
Yeah.
But you know, we're just a happy family,
Hmm.
and they're very um I would say they're pretty supportive
That's
on
so cool.
like what I do on Twitch.
Hmm.
Um and yeah, they've always been I think they've done like a really good job in like parenting wise, honestly. They
Hmm.
were never like sometimes they're a little strict, but you know, Asian parents like what can you expect, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you that.
But
Tell me what's a little strict for Asian parents because I don't understand. Couldn't be me. What does that mean?
I mean, well, I'm half Asian, so it's like half of it, I guess. My dad really doesn't care what I do.
Yeah.
It's more so my mom who well, I
Yeah.
feel like also moms just run the house, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
true.
dad's kind of just chill there. It's like go ask mom for like everything.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, sometimes my mom's maybe like overprotective or is she's definitely the one who would get mad at me if there's like something wrong. My dad's always just like been like chill parent, you know? Um but honestly, I
Yeah.
feel like my relationship is still closer with my mom, honestly,
That's cool.
than my dad. Just because it's like both like girl on girl, you know,
Hmm.
relationships.
Hmm.
I feel
There's
like it's like that
more.
with most kids, you know. I feel like most kids, if you're a boy, you're usually closer with your dad. If you're a girl, you're usually closer with your mom.
I don't know. Like
Really?
I think I'm a mama's like.
Actually, I
Can
feel
you
like most people in general are just closer with their mom.
can I say daddy's boy? That's not a phrase, man? Is that allowed to say that? Are you can't that's not allowed. That's TOS, right? Hey, I'm a
Oh
daddy's
my
boy. That's
god!
not allowed. That's not allowed. That doesn't allow. I'm stupid. I'm saying, hey, let's reel this in. So, no, but I agree with
Wow.
you. I'm sorry, I
Um.
couldn't help myself. I couldn't help my.
So okay.
It was a layup, Amanda. I would have lost money if
Yes.
I didn't make that joke.
True.
I can't joke, but I think you're kind of like the mothers of the household are very nurturing, and I like how you said, she's also the one that kind of sets the law, whips you a little bit in shape if you're acting out, and same here. But tell me this, let's touch a little bit about when you came forward to your parents about streaming. I think that's a really
Mhm.
important discussion for streamers to have, especially with their parents, especially when they want to make it a bigger part of their lives. Was it at all a shock? Was there any pushback, or was it all like with open arms? Let's do this thing. Let's get you the equipment. I want to support you. I want to gas you up here on this platform.
Well, for me, it wasn't that big a deal. For them, like the conversation, because you know, I know some people who are like, "Mom, I'm dropping out of school. Like, I'm pursuing Twitch streaming." You know, I
Yeah,
wasn't dropping out of school or anything. I wasn't quitting my job. It was more so just like, "Oh, I want to start a new part of my life, I guess," type thing. But like
totally.
everything else still remains the same. The same, you know.
Yeah.
Because last year, like I had a job. I ended up quitting a totally different reason, but like I'm just still in school, you know. They
Mm.
are always concerned like, "Oh, like are you sure you're still doing well in school? Like don't you need to take off time streaming?" Cuz
Yeah.
obviously they think that like school is the most important thing.
Sure.
But yeah, I think it wasn't as tough of a conversation to bring up just because I wasn't like cutting something else out to pursue streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good too. I mean, my heart goes out to all of you guys that are students or you're doing all that plus streaming. Like that is such a handicap that inhibits you just per time. There's not enough time in the day to do everything you need to do.
Yes.
Studying, doing homework, all that jazz. Then what? 2 hours, 3 hours of streaming. maybe. That's such a juggling act there. But in terms of your relationship with your parents, you said, it's awesome, it's good stuff. You are closer with your mom in that case. Do you have a pretty open dialogue? Like, you tell everything in terms of, like, if you're feeling down or if something's bothering you, you have that open conversation, or is it something that's still, I don't know, apprehensive about talking
Mm,
about with family?
honestly, I feel like just in me in general, I don't like usually bring up my feelings
Oh, you're on the wrong show,
around.
Amanders. You're on the wrong show if that's the case, man.
I usually bring up feelings more so around friends than
Yeah,
family.
I
But my
see.
parents can like definitely tell like when I'm like actually sad,
Yeah.
and they'll be there for me. But I'm definitely not the type of person who will like bring up and be like, "Mom, like I'm having a bad day,"
Mm,
or just like start crying. If I have someone to go to, it usually just ends up being a friend, just because I feel more comfortable talking about my feelings about them because I feel like they like relate more
definitely.
to usually
Okay.
my situation.
Yeah.
But there's definitely times where like I'll go to my parents because I feel like they will give better advice. It
Mm-hmm.
really depends about like the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Tell me this though. All right. And I want you to do one for both your mom and your dad. All right. What is a lesson that they taught you as you were growing up? Again, one of each that you still hold true to this very day.
A lesson.
Yeah.
Well, I would say for my dad, I remember when me and my first boyfriend broke up, I
Hmm.
was like emotional. Like that is probably the saddest I've ever been in my entire life. I was so sad and like it was so sad that like you could tell. I didn't even have to tell him that we broke up. Like he just like knew,
Mm,
honestly.
yeah.
And he told me about his like first relationship and how the biggest thing for me is that I never got closure out of that relationship and like I'm someone who like needs closure. Like I need to know why you don't like me. I need to know why you broke up with me. Like I need to know everything. It's really hard to like move on from something like not knowing why for me.
Yeah.
And he basically just told me like, yeah, well, sometimes you just don't get to know and you have to deal with it. Basically, his situation, like his first girlfriend, they were dating and then they went on a break and then she got married to someone else. That's a lot crazier than mine.
Mm,
But it was basically just like, yeah, sometimes things happens and you don't get to know why it did happen, and you just have to live with that.
yeah.
So
That's actually
I
really
would,
good advice. Damn. But that's like
yeah,
harsh.
yes.
Did that knowing who you are now in terms of you saying that you need and love closure, are you able to apply that advice to your life? Is it something that you're still working with or working on, I'm sorry, or is it something that you fully accepted, like, hey, yeah, there's just going to be some things that I'm just never going to know the answer to, and I'm okay with that, and I just got to move forward.
I mean, I think that was like the one like situation where like that was like the biggest issue because
Yeah.
it's really hard. Obviously, that's like the only breakup I've experienced, and like I haven't really had many like like friends drama or like stuff like
Uh-huh.
that that was like super deep where I had to have that advice as well. So I
Uh-huh.
could really only apply to that, but like definitely for like like future breakups or like maybe me and my friend aren't friends anymore for like a
Mm.
similar reason. I
Mhm.
think I would definitely still like keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just don't get to know.
Yeah. I like that a lot, though. I've never heard that advice before, but I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's so simple, but it's so true.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's our natural, it's our human nature to want answers and closure, but
Yes.
that's sometimes it's just not given. That's cool. That's awesome that your dad kind of spoke some truth there, dropped some
Mhm.
dimes on you. How about your mom? What's something that your mom's taught you that you've
Um,
you've you've kept
well, I
true?
talked to my parents, I would say a lot about streaming. I always talk to my mom about like obviously with streaming, there's gonna become like you're gonna have, haters or like rude comments or like people are gonna say mean things to you.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the time it's sad that they sometimes affect me when they shouldn't.
Mm.
But I think every person at some point has let mean comments affect really hard. it's like easier said than done to just like ignore them. Like even
Mhm.
if it's just a couple, you know, like
Mhm.
I could see like a bunch of positive comments and see one, and I'm gonna be thinking about that like one mean comment, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whenever I talk about that with her, she's always just like, "Why are you listening to them? Because they're probably just jealous of you." And it's
Hey.
so true because I personally would never just go into someone's, you know, chat or just tweet at them or DM them and be like, "Fuck you," or like, "I don't like you." I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah.
And the sole reason that people do that is just because they're jealous of you.
Yeah. Or they just, people hate to hate. Like that's what feeds them.
Mhm.
And it's just, yeah, I like nowadays it's more pathetic. Like I just don't like you just don't care. Like what value does that person bring into your life?
Mhm.
And clearly this is just to get a reaction for you so then they can get a reason to hate you more. Um but yeah, I could never understand. Like it's beneath you to even consider
Mhm.
any energy towards that. But I like that. I like that a lot. Let's tell me this, Amanders. Tell me this. I want to know about the Amanders growing up. All right, before we move on to the next section, there, I want to know what were you in let's say preteens to teenage years, Amanders. All
Oh
right,
god.
what was going through your head? Were you teenage angst, or were you more of the like chill, whatever? I'm just or a scene kid. What was what was Amanders in those earlier teenage years, huh?
Are we saying like middle school or high school?
High school, because that's gonna
Okay.
transition there. Yeah.
High school, honestly, I would say I'm pretty similar to my high school self. I think I'm just a lot in high school I cared a lot about what people thought about me.
Yeah.
Now, I've kind of just let that go. I feel like that happens to everyone when school because
Mm,
high school is such a judgy environment. It feels like you're like literally like being watched by everyone, but at the end of the day, I guarantee none of those people really gave a shit about you. Like, you know, but it really does feel like everything you do is kind of being watched in high school.
mhm,
And obviously I wasn't like a super like cool kid in high school. So I definitely had like insecurities and like stuff like that.
mhm,
And I'd always let that like affect my decisions in high school and stuff like that.
mhm.
And now I've really just like 100% let that go because if you stop caring what people think about you, like your life just gets so much better, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true.
What were you,
So
if I may ask, what were you insecure about in high school? What were the issues that you were battling and struggling with at that time in your life?
I mean, I wasn't like really struggling like
Okay.
I think I'm still insecure to this day, but it's like different stuff. Like
Yeah.
high school, I was just super I think I was more shy in high school.
Mhm.
Um and I hated being put in situations where like I had to like be the one to like talk or like if I was put into like a class where I had like no friends in like I would literally have like a panic attack and like literally go to the counselor and be like I need to switch out of this class. Like I had like such a fear of just like
Yeah.
interacting with people that like I don't know because obviously like it's nice to meet new people but like
Sure.
I was super shy in high school. So
Huh.
like that was really hard for me. So I was definitely insecure about like my me being introverted.
Mhm.
And also, I swear the girls in my school were all really, really beautiful, and the guys in my school were all really, really not. And so being in that environment and seeing like so many like pretty girls would definitely make me insecure. And
Wait,
I
wait, wait,
literally
wait.
thought in high school that I'd stay single for like the rest of my life.
Wait, Amanders. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me make sure I heard you correctly. The women in your school very beautiful. The dudes in the school not attractive at all. Oh,
Like,
wait.
I'm not even saying this to be mean. I'm not even saying this to be mean. Like, I
What?
know what attractive men look like.
What is
I've
that?
seen other
What
schools.
is
I've
that?
seen guys.
What
Like,
does attractive men look like?
like honestly, not. There's not like a specific type of guy. I know my chat
Mhm.
memes. They're always like, "Oh, Amanda likes e-boys," but I don't. Okay, it's really you can look like anything. It's just like how well you take care of yourself. If you're
Yeah.
in good shape. You know, just stuff like that. And a lot of the
Okay.
guys in my school were just like super like greasy, you know, had shitty personalities, shitty ass
Holy
personalities.
shit.
Like there
Greasy?
was so greasy ass dudes in my school. Not kidding. Like
That's the funniest
so
fucking
I'm
adjective you could have
not kidding. Like I
chosen.
swear half of them didn't shower. Like I swear. They were greasy, they were rude, they had the worst personalities. Like most
Yeah.
of them were just like 100% fuckboys. Like, you know,
Mhm.
didn't like only looked at girls as like objects, you know,
Yeah.
had terrible personalities, like dumb as fuck. I think my grad class was like the worst grad class at our high school. Like none of the guys, I know girls at least, like got into like, you know, decent schools and stuff like that, are like actually
Yeah.
doing stuff with their lives. But like the guys, like not I can't like at least like the gross greasy guys, like none of them are going places in life right now. I'm
Mhm.
telling you.
You keep
Like-
tabs on the grease? You keep tabs on these boys.
I mean, I just hear around, you know.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
did
okay.
you hear this guy is like not
They-
surprised, you know? It's just like
Wait,
those types of things
your
that
mic
you-
cut out. What did you just say? What did they do? That was a perfect
Like-
cutout. Are you kidding me? What is this greasy boy doing?
You know, like you'll just hear stuff like, oh, remember blah blah from high school? Oh yeah, like he's like fucked now, or like you'll just hear like stories, you know, because I still live in like the same town, you know, so
Yeah.
you still hear stories, be like, oh yeah, they're going nowhere in life, or like, oh he's doing this, or he's a drug addict, you know. You just hear stories, and it's just like I'm not even surprised, honestly,
Yeah.
because I just knew they were greasy in high
It's
school.
the greasy boys.
The
Now
greasy
that-
boys.
Now that we've gone into the high school segment, I do have a question for you before we get into those around you, and I do really want to get into that. Let me ask this. All right, we're all familiar with high school stereotypes, you know, the jocks, the nerds, the dorks, the emo kids, the outcasts, all that jazz. Where did you fall in that spectrum? What were you in terms of high school stereotypes?
It's weird for me because I definitely popular kid, but I wasn't like a loser. I was kind of just like in between that. Like had some friends that were like guess like popular,
Yeah.
but I wasn't ever part of that group because I wouldn't even want to be part of the group because honestly, a lot of those kids in my school were like super mean and there's always drama.
Yeah.
So me and my friend group, I actually like the best friend group ever. Still friends with all of them till this day. We were all yeah, it was like a group of like 8 of us. We all got along like super well. I've been friends with them for like probably like 6 years now at least with
Oh.
all of them.
That's so cool.
But yeah, we all like have like the same personalities. Most of us, I mean, at least me in high school, like I said, I struggled with like caring people thought about me. A lot of them I think helped me stop caring what others think about me because a lot of them kind of had the personality that they just didn't give a fuck of like what others thought about them, and I think that like really inspired me to also think in that direction because that's like a huge thing that I feel like a lot of people struggle with in high school. So yeah, I was like all my friends super nice, like non-judgmental people, like super welcoming, like I would say like we were like just like the friend group that was just like I feel like we were pretty welcoming and like just like a group of nice people, you know? Definitely well, maybe I got like bullied like a couple times in high school, but like I don't think I would class myself like a loser.
I like how I just want everyone that's watching here right now live, all right? Did you see where her eyes went? She kind of leaned down thinking about this. She's like, I guess I kind of got shit talked about in high school, but I'm not a loser.
Oh,
I
I
like
for
that.
sure got shit talked about in high school. Like I would.
What are they
I
talking shit
definitely
about? What did they do? What?
There was this one girl in my high school who fucking hated me.
But
Like
on
she
what
would
grounds?
cyberbully me all the time. I've talked about it with my chat.
What-
She literally like even like last year in summertime, she messaged me saying that she was gonna like kill herself because of me.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes, she sent me a video of her on the roof of her house and yeah, I'm gonna kill myself because of you.
What is this 13
She was
reasons
psycho.
why
She
shit
was
that's going
psycho.
on? That's crazy.
She didn't do shit. She's just dramatic. Like I'm telling
Eh.
you, she's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, there was like drama with this girl for no reason.
Mhm.
And she always hated me because of this really dumb reason.
Mhm.
Basically, she was dating this guy. They broke up. Me and this guy literally kissed, okay? We literally kissed. The
Oh
next day
my
of school, she
gosh.
is pissed. She's pissed at me.
I
Why
mean,
me?
I mean, she's not gonna get mad at the guy that she's in love with, so she's gonna take the person that's by,
Like, and there were so many times where she would say so much stuff like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat up Amanda at like winter formal," or like she would say all this shit and never did shit. She never did shit in front of me.
I
We
would
had
love to see
chemistry
that.
together. I
Mhm.
remember the exact day. It was like the day after I kissed this guy. I go to chemistry class because she's in my chemistry class. I'm sitting there. She does not show up to class. 30 minutes late. So she just sits there and doesn't say anything to me when
Yeah.
all of her friends commented on all my Instagram photos. You
Uh-huh.
fucking whore, you slut. Like, all her
Jeez.
friends would say that stuff to me.
It's insane. Well, I'm gonna bring her onto the call right now. That'd be fucking great. One of these days, Amanda, I'm gonna get someone. I would not her, but that would be out of pocket. Let's go into who you were a little bit. In high school, all right. I have to ask the layup questions, which is of course, what kind of student were you? What's the class that you fucked with? One class that you really fucked with in high school, as well as did you do any co-curriculars outside of dance and what is it? Ice skating, I believe. Figure skating. I'm sorry.
High school, my grades were pretty good. Honestly, me and my
Excellent.
friends, all my friends are super smart.
Mhm.
So I feel like when you surround yourself with like people who are constantly studying, and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you will pick up those habits too. So
Yeah.
honestly, my grades are pretty good in high school. I
Mhm.
was definitely more of like a math science type person, still am. I hate writing, hate English, hate history. I'm sorry, it's boring to me. Like,
Truth.
I literally fall asleep in that class. Would much rather learn about, like, I don't know, whatever. Like, I don't even remember what I learned in, like, chemistry and physics, that type of stuff. But, like, I'd much rather do, like, equations type stuff than, like, learning
Mhm.
about, like, the fucking French fucking history. I don't know what we
Yeah.
learned about. I fell asleep in that class, not gonna lie. But yeah, I was definitely really enjoyed math and science, which is weird because I decided to go into business, but
Hmm.
I realized that obviously like high school level of math and science so much easier than like college level of those
Oh,
courses.
100%.
So that's when I realized I'm taking business because what do you do when you don't know what to do in college? You take business. I'm telling you, every person
No.
doesn't know what they're gonna do, they take business.
I
And it's
100% had
fun.
a business degree. Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
outing me that there. And now I do this shit. Thank you. I appreciate that, Amanda. That's really awesome of you. Yeah, I always say, you get a business degree, it's a BS and BS, dude. That's just so, it's nonsense. It's
Literally.
nonsense. But let's actually go towards that. So I'm going to take you into your final week in high school, all right, Amanda?
All right.
You don't got to see those bitches anymore. You don't have to deal with the drama, all right? You're getting the cap and gown, you're finishing off your finals, and you're about to have the longest summer of your life at that time.
Yes.
What was the next step for you? Was it a university? Was it community college? Was it work? Was it traveling? What was the next step after high school for Amanderz?
I mean, I always knew I would end up going to like college/university just because
Mhm.
what else am I gonna do? I didn't have a plan to take like I know some people take gap year. I know some people just straight up just like get a job. I know at least for me, I'd rather go to school to get a better job than just work
Mm.
a like minimum wage job or something at the time because for me I want to get rid of school as fast as I can. I hate school. I think we all do. So for me it's like the faster I can complete this degree, I will never have to go back to it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was and all my friends, we're all most of us, I would say like 90% of my friends chose to also just go to school straight after high school. So that was
Mhm.
it for me as well because yeah.
So you were going to a university next,
Mhm.
or for okay, and so going to that university, I think this is a really important part of a story. I used to work at admissions, and I'm always fascinated by why someone chose. You don't have. I'm not interested in what college you're at, but I am interested. Why did you choose the college you are attending, as well as how did you, outside the factor of I don't want to get into math, why did you end up choosing business?
Okay, the first question, I didn't apply that many schools because I knew I didn't want to leave BC, British
Mhm.
Columbia. It's like the province I'm in.
Mhm.
Just because I wanted to still be able to live at home because living by yourself scares me. Obviously, if I had like a friend going to the school too, I'd root with them. But like, I didn't know where my friends were going at the time. Honestly,
Yeah.
half my friends ended up going to Toronto, so I think it was like a good decision that I
Nice.
just stuck to a school like close to me. But yeah, I really just chose the school that I just got into. So that was really it. And then wait, what was the other question?
Why business?
Oh, business? Well, like I said, didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
In high school, I did experiment with like taking different courses. I thought I wanted to go in like computer science. I took coding courses, hated it. My teacher was so mean in that class. I don't know why. I mean, I did talk a lot, but like that class, I think I failed, honestly.
Oh my
I
God.
just hated that class. Like,
Jeez.
and then I also thought I wanted to go into chemistry.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was like, chemistry, university level, I don't want to fucking do that,
Yeah.
So didn't want to do the science route. I did enjoy math, but you know what? I don't fuck with calculus. Like calculus, I literally have to take calculus this summer. But like, I didn't want to
Ooh.
take like, the higher levels of calculus.
Mhm.
So I was like, no math for me. And both my parents actually got business degrees, so I feel like that also like influenced me.
Mhm.
Because I was actually like an intern for my mom's company,
Oh,
like
that's cool.
one summer. But yeah, I just felt like it was just like a more safe option. I feel like business skills are like pretty practical to learn, even if you don't enjoy it.
Mhm.
Also, there's decent money you can earn in business. Obviously, that's gonna play in my job because it is expensive as fuck to live in Vancouver.
That's a
Let me
fact.
tell
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So that also played a part. And then, yeah, honestly, I just felt like that was like the thing I was most interested in that I could see like a future in, you
Mhm.
know?
Do you know where you'd like to eventually? And again, this is likely. I don't know. I know, but like, do you know where you'd like to parlay your degree into in terms of vocation? Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. Like, I think it's one of those things statistically. Like, you change your major 3 times. Oh my gosh! Look who we have here. We got
Oh my
Colin
god, the
Smoke
fatty
with the
raid!
224 person raid. Colin Smoke, thank you so much. You're spoiling me here. You're spoiling me here. Dude, thank you so much, everyone that's coming from Colin's community. Hello, my name is Moms Online, and you're catching an episode of Inside the Streamer Studio. And today's very special guest is amanderz here, a fellow streamer as well. And we're just talking about her life. We just got into the college part of her story, as well as what she's doing with her degree in business. But thank you so much, Colin. I'll hit you up after the show, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love so much. But go ahead, get some food, hang out, get a drink, whatever you need to do. But I appreciate that so much. But amanderz, so you said like no, and I think that's a commonality though, where it's like we go into this thing we're gonna study in college. And the post-college career may not be there. I mean, especially only being a sophomore, a second year, like there's still a lot to learn and to be gained. And
Yeah.
so, right now, I wouldn't put any pressure on yourself right now, but definitely that internship life is going to come in crucial. Like I've noticed more and more, like, if I may ask, is there a concentration in your business degree?
Um, my, I think my program's called like, I'm in commerce right now.
Mm-hmm.
Something
Commerce.
like that. I don't remember. I don't honestly. I should probably know like what my degree is called right now.
Yeah.
But something like that. Yeah.
Totally. No, that's fair. That's fair. And then that's the thing is like, again, who knows where that would change or the focus might change even, barring the
Mhm.
credits. But that's awesome. That's interesting. That's what you're doing and dealing with right now.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. And we're rooting for those finals are next week.
They're actually Wednesday and Thursday this week.
Jesus, amanderz. And you decide to spend your evening with an Asian man named Moms Online to talk about your life. This is what we've signed up for. This is what that's amazing. All right. Well, again, I'm your little break here. That being said, let's go into the next segment here, which is about your work history. Though again, no water needed, no bathroom break needed, amanderz.
Nope.
You're much better than I've literally chugged my whole 60 ounces of water, and I have to use the restroom again.
So much.
Are you kidding?
I'm a slow drinker.
That's still your first water.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you gotta take a drink, Amanderz. You gotta do it, all right?
All right,
See
I'll drink.
There you are. Well, this is gonna be a brutal one. I'm gonna use the restroom one more time of the 3.
All
This is
right.
the second of the 3rd. I'm gonna
All
leave you with
right.
everyone here that's joined us,
All
as well as
right.
those who've been watching for a while. Go ahead. The floor is yours, Amanderz. I promise I won't leave you too long. I'll be back in about a minute. All right?
All
I
right.
promise.
Hello, chat. Hello, Kool-Aid. I am now the streamer in charge. It's smoke time. No, it's not, guys. We don't smoke here. Imagine smoking. That couldn't be me, right? My ethnicity? Stop! Valor stream now. I just start playing fucking Valor. Oh, hello, Colin. Interview. Pretty good. How was your stream? Don't kill us. Oh, thank you, Fish. Thank you. Yeah, guys, it's not 4:20 yet. Chill. You're high already? Shit, you're ahead of me. Oh my god. Chess stream. Yeah, should I play some chess now, guys? Kind of cracked at it. Hi, Magistry. True, unless you're in Australia, you technically is 4:20 for you. Pawns, shh. Minesweeper. I was so scared that he was gonna show a mine clip because that clip is so funny.
Yeah, I was gonna show it, but I decided.
Oh my god, really?
I had it. I was just like, I can't do that. Like, I don't want. Because it's hard. Like, again, we've never talked prior to the show, and I don't know what would be kosher and not kosher. So I'm like, I'm not gonna totally embarrass you. I'll kind of embarrass
That clip
you.
just looks so funny because I have a bunch of writing on my face. Charity stream, so I have like so much writing on my face. It just like out of context, the clip just looks so fucking weird.
It was terrifying. I thought you were doing a Joker thing. I thought this was I thought there was some sort of cosplaying that was happening, but
Cosplay.
I was
I'm
I was
cosplaying a whiteboard.
Yeah, you're cosplaying a hot tub streamer whiteboard at this point with you there. That's insane.
Yes.
But Anders, we're going here, and yes, it is happy 420 for the East Coasters. It's I don't know why it's a crazy holiday. Let's get into your work history. All right, I'm gonna ask you to kind of whittle it down to the ones that you would put in your resume today. All right. So in total, how many of those jobs would you put in your or previous jobs you've had would you put in your resume today?
I'm gonna be honest. I've only had one job before.
Easy. All right, let's get into it. What is it, and how old were you?
I was 18, I think, when I got the job.
Okay.
It was at a grocery store. Basically applied there because both my friends were working there. I needed a job at the time. So, you know, why not work with your friends? That's always gonna make it fun. So at first, I didn't really know like what section I was gonna be put in the grocery store because it's a pretty big grocery store. They ended up training me in the bakery section, which was pretty. It sounded nice because obviously no one wants to be a cashier. My friend who was a cashier there would always complain about like mean customers. You know, you constantly have to like interact with people. Don't really like that. So you know, bakery. You know, you're more of like doing my own thing. You know, baking the goods. So I got trained in that section, and then I literally only worked in the bakery. They kept saying they were going to train me for like cashier. I never did, but not complaining. I didn't really want to work in the cash anyway.
What did you do at the bakery exactly?
Basically, we didn't even bake really. Okay, we did, but like all the goods were already like pre-made. Like they were all just
Okay.
frozen in this. We had this big freezer full of like
Nice.
all the frozen goods. There's like fucking muffins, the bread, the cookies, you know, the croissants, you know, every baked good you think of, we cooked there, obviously. Basically my job, it kind of depended on like what shift you had. Morning shifts, usually you would unload basically, well, the first shift, I never got this shift. This was like for like higher up people in
Okay.
the fucking bakery, but these are the ones who would like wake up at and they prepare the store, you know, to open. Basically, they start baking the goods there like early in the morning and then put them out. But when I would show up, you know, it'd be around like afternoon. So basically, what I would do is I would be like packaging goods or putting more stuff out on display.
Mhm.
Setting up for tomorrow, which is like a really big thing that we would do. Basically, we would set up like all the goods that were going to be like baked for the next day, so that when the bakers come in at like 5 in the morning, they like just
Yeah.
have to put the stuff in the oven. So it's basically my duty. I'd either do like closing shifts or just like 12. I'd usually either work like 4 or 8 hour shifts, sometimes like 12 to 8, you know, it doesn't really matter, but I would do those shifts, you know. But the really annoying thing about the job wasn't the job itself. It was my freaking boss, or yeah, just the manager, the
Yeah.
manager of the store and the bakery. They were both idiots, okay? The store manager was so bad at paying me. I would have to ask for him to pay me. Like, you would think that like they
It's a
would just
law.
like give you like your fucking money.
Yeah.
And when I first worked there, like when I went for the job interview, he literally told me, he was like, yeah, like we give out your check weekly here. Like every Friday you're gonna get your check. And I was like, cool. Because usually it's every 2 weeks, right?
Okay.
So I was like, cool, that sounds, I don't really care when I get my check, just as long as I'm getting it, you know?
Mhm.
I literally would get my check like maybe like every 2 months of working there. And it was because I had to ask for it.
What
Like
did-
still to this day, I swear they owe me more money. It's just that like I quit out of like rage,
Yeah.
so that I wouldn't have to like deal with that anymore, because like not knowing if you're gonna get paid or not is like so stressful and annoying. Like
Completely. And that's
Yeah.
extremely unprofessional. You got to tell me though. I love a good quitting story. You're telling me you quit out of rage. What
I
was
mean,
the tipping
I
point?
didn't like storm in there. I was like, I quit, you know.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. No way.
But like, I know I wrote a note, or not a note. Sorry, like this. You write those like professional letters. What, I don't know. My
Of course,
mom
2 weeks
helped me with
notice.
it. Yeah. Gave them one of those. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to full-time school now. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't have time to work here anymore. Blah blah
Solid.
blah. Gave
Yeah.
that to them. But it was really sad because honestly, I met a lot of nice people in the bakery, because basically it was like a union. So basically, a lot of people there who
Yeah.
worked there were like a lot older than me. And
Interesting.
I met so many like interesting people, you know, like literally like parents there who worked beside me. There was like a lot of nice people. I remember there was like this one guy who was like this older Asian man, and he'd always help me like lift like these like tall boxes because I'm short as fuck, and like there were some nice people there, we'll admit, except
Yeah.
my fucking manager. And the manager of the bakery was also an idiot, because this dude was so unorganized. Like,
Yeah.
you're a manager, that's what you're supposed to be. Like, you
Mhm.
are supposed to be organized. Like, he would give us like, he would obviously like every morning give us like a list of like how much stuff we have to restock, how much stuff we have to cook for the next day, you know, like he would always mess it up, like, and he was just so disorganized. It just annoyed me so much. Like, there's so many things I had to figure out on my own, and if I didn't figure it on my own, like, it would be screwed the next day. Like, something would have to go wrong because of that.
Tell me this though, and I hear your pain there, but what is something you're exposing the grocery industry right now? All right, amanderz, I don't know if you're aware of this. You're exposing the grocery industry right now. What is something behind the scenes? Because my ass is about to go grocery shopping tomorrow, or at least later this week. What is something that us consumers need to know about the grocery store that we do not, that the public don't want to hear?
The saddest part about working there is that all of the goods, at least in the bakery section, that you know they kind of have like the self-serve type place. You
Yeah.
have like the little tongs, you pick the bread that you want, or the muffin you want. Like,
Mhm.
all of those goods that don't get taken that day just get fucking thrown in the trash. There's so many homeless people outside of the store. You're just not allowed to give it to them because it's stealing from the company. It's just all the waste. It's just all the waste. The amount of garbage we had, insane.
Could you not just like package them in a garbage bag, but then like nicely, and then just tell them a tip like, hey, yo, it's in the back? You can't?
Like, you would get fired if they found out.
That's out of pocket, dude. That's crazy. What?
Yeah, it was so sad.
Gosh. That's terrible. Oh my gosh. So I guess to bring us back, all right? You lasted for how long in that job though?
I would say like 4 months.
Okay. Why does it sound so much longer than it actually is?
Because it just felt so long working there that like I hated like every single shift there. I'm not even kidding.
I see.
But I only worked there for that short of a time because I was doing like part-time school at the time. So obviously my parents wanted me to get a job.
Yeah.
So they wanted me doing something else too. Like after that semester, I decided I was going to go back to full-time. So did not have time for like another job. So that's also like another reason why I quit. Besides the fact that it was like a terrible job. But yeah.
Nice. What's the main lesson you've taken away from working at the grocery store though?
I mean, maybe not all grocery stores are like that, but at least that one, you know, I will say they need to get organized because that whole grocery store is just so unorganized. And that's the most annoying thing for me. I need to be, you know?
Are we still talking about grocery stores, or are we talking about these greasy high school boys we were talking about? It seems like it could be interchangeable at this point. You're giving me literally both spectrums. I like that though. You're right. I think definitely the management was the reason why your huge experience was so dreadful. On top of some of the cooks, it sounds like too, were a little sus there. They vented. They were a bit sus there. But I like that. I like that you were able to, you know, even with all the shitty situations in life, it's always nice to take away a little silver lining and realizing, okay, so this is actually how a work environment or something proper is supposed to operate or run.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Amanderz, all right, we're going into the final part of your life story, all right? We've heard you talk about your family and you growing up, who you were as a teenager. We talked about your school, your education in high school, college, and a bit about your dancing and figure skating. We talked a little bit about your work history with the grocery store, some behind-the-scenes stuff. But now we're kind of going into a topic that I know every time. It doesn't matter who the streamer is. Motherfuckers are nosy. They're so nosy for this topic. And we're going to talk about romantic relationships, all right, Amanderz? We're getting into let's spill a little tea, all right? I know I've been drinking some water, but we're going to talk a little tea tonight here. I'm going to take it similar to the work history segment of the show, all right? In total, how many individuals got the official Amanderz significant other stamp of approval to be your other half? How many people had that?
I've had 2 boyfriends technically. I did have my 1 week lover in middle school.
Oh my God.
We held hands. It was pretty romantic, but don't know if I could count him, you know. But
a lot of people do though. A lot of people do.
Really?
And you don't. You don't have to. Please don't. Actually, don't.
I'm not kidding. Like the farthest we went was literally like hold hands, maybe. Like it lasted a week.
Your mic is cutting at the best times. What did you say as you were holding hands? Damn, I gotta get some closed captioning.
I literally talked about this boy in my stream because it's just so funny. It was like just one of those like cute, like innocent, like middle school relationships, but like literally lasted a week.
Yeah.
We were both so shy that like we literally couldn't talk to each other besides text. I don't even know why we broke up. I think it was just because we were like both too shy to even like talk to each other.
According to the rules, that means you're still together. Actually, if there's never an official breakup, you're still together. It's crazy. I don't make the rules.
Fuck. But yeah, I would just say 2 relationships.
Okay.
What I'm still in. So like, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into both. Let's talk about the first one though. The first one. How old were you? How'd you guys meet?
Well, I was 17 when we met. I met him through mutual friends.
Okay.
He didn't go to my high school. He basically remember the friend who let me game on his computer and stuff like that. I met him through him because they used to be best friends.
Oh, nice.
they're not friends anymore.
Ooh,
Good for
yikes.
him, because
Okay.
we don't like this guy. Okay,
we don't like this.
He's a bad guy.
Hey, he's a
okay?
bad guy, ladies and
He's a
gentlemen.
very bad guy.
I don't know this
Not
guy, but
all
all
of my
right.
friends who are friends with him, no longer friends with him.
Yikes! All right, man.
So that's an introduction on him. Basically, we dated for like a year and a half, I would say.
Mhm.
Very toxic relationship.
Interesting.
Like extremely toxic. It
Mhm.
was like the type of relationship where like your friends are like, "Why are you dating this person?" and telling you like, break up with him, but you just don't, because it's your first relationship. You're attached to them for God knows why. I don't know why, but I feel like first love you always kind of have like a connection to, or not a connection, but like a soft side to.
Yeah.
And like, since it's like your first time like dating someone, it's really
Mhm.
special to do, and it's
Yeah.
hard to just cut that out of your life. Obviously it was a toxic ass relationship, so glad it ended, but yeah, honestly, I think I did learn a lot from that relationship, though. Although it was really, really toxic, I
What
feel
is
like you
to-
learn a lot from your first relationship.
May I ask, what is? I think toxic might be. It's a bit broad. What do you mean by
Okay.
toxic?
Okay, so like
Oh my
every
god! Oh my
aspect-
god! Are you all right, Amanderz? I think you need another glass of water with that. That was I'd never heard that note
Alright,
before.
well, he was toxic in almost every way. He was
Okay.
very extremely overprotective. I
Mm,
could not have friends that were guys.
Mm.
Like, he would just not trust me, even though I did nothing to betray his trust. I would never cheat on someone. He was also he would just he I pretty sure he is a psychopath
Okay.
or sociopath, sorry.
Sociopath. Gotcha.
Me and all my friends honestly think he's a sociopath. Obviously, you can't test it, but like that was like the levels of like toxic this dude was. Like, he would like gaslight you. He would like it was so weird, because when we first started dating, he acted like the most kindest person ever. But then after we started dating, it was like a totally different person. He would always like manipulate me. When I would ever complain about something, he would turn it on to me. Like, it was just like a really bad relationship.
Yeah.
We would fight like all the time. We also
Mm.
had like completely different like political beliefs. That was like probably one of our biggest fights. He
Mhm.
was like a big Trump supporter.
Oh boy.
I am the opposite.
Yeah.
That's gonna and it's okay to have different political beliefs, but like, be respectful of them.
Yeah.
He was like, my opinion's right, yours is wrong type. So like, that would lead
Oh.
into a lot of fights.
Mhm.
He also had a very, very mean friends, which I don't know why I didn't take that as a red flag. Like, if you don't get along with their friends, you probably shouldn't be getting along with them too. His friends were sexist. They were racist to me. Like, it was terrible, and he would never stand up for me either. Like, it was just all around bad relationship.
Mm.
It ended with him liking another girl, and then breaking up with me because he wanted to be with this other girl, but she actually ended up zoning him, which is like the funny thing. So L for him.
Mhm. When
But yeah.
let me bring you back to the beginning, though, where you talked about how you saw your friends, your community saw these red flags, all right, and they will warn you, like, what are you doing? This person's gaslighting, this person's manipulative, this person's toxic all around, but you couldn't let go. You didn't, or at least soon enough. How long did this relationship last?
It literally lasted a year and a half. Like, I
That's a
don't know
lot of
why, but I
time.
had such a huge attachment to him, and I think it was because we were dating in a time where I did feel like pretty alone, because I feel like when you get in your first relationship, you end up kind of not like fully like isolating yourself from like all your friends, but you definitely end up spending a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
And that comes with like not spending as much time with your friends, obviously. And like, my biggest regret is like spending way more time with him than my friends. I feel like it should be like a 50-50 type thing. But yeah, because we started dating like my first year of college, and half my friends moved to Toronto. Some of them were going to like, we're all doing our own thing, and
Yeah.
he was really like my only friend at that moment. I'm not even kidding.
Oh wow.
And so
Okay.
knowing that like he would leave, like, it literally felt like I would have no one to like turn to.
Hmm.
So I think that's like the number one reason why I stayed so long.
Wow.
I also just think he was just super good at like manipulating you to stay. Like, if I would get the courage to like, break up with him or like, like at least do something to like stand up for myself, he would like go on to full on like cry mode, like, I'm so sorry. The amount of fucking stuffies this dude bought me for like forgiveness things. That's why I feel like whenever people give me gifts, or like gifts that don't have like meaning to them, I just like associate it with like that relationship because I see it as
Wow.
kind of like a pity piece. Like, oh, I'm sorry to do this. Here's a fucking stuffy that I'll give you, or here's some flowers that I'll give you.
Wow.
To like make
Yeah.
up for it, but like doesn't really make up for it. It's like, they
That's
don't
really good.
actually mean it. They're
Yeah.
just trying to find a way to get you back.
Yeah. They're literally buying you
So
out. They're buying you
yes,
out.
yes,
That's the point. Wow, that's a
yeah,
really good take. I've never heard of that one before, but that's clear as day. That makes a lot of
yeah.
sense. What's something you would tell your past self? What's something you would tell yourself when you're in the relationship, the heat of it, knowing what you do now?
Um, Honestly, I'm really proud of this person I became after that relationship because when I was in a relationship, I was like super um scared to stand up for myself.
Hmm.
All of his friends, like I said, were like super sexist and racist towards me, and I would just full on like cry right in the like they would say something mean like that. But
Wow.
like now if they said to me like I'm gonna go off on them. Like,
Hmm.
and I think that's also something I ended up doing at near the end of the relationship because once you've had enough of something, like you just can't like take it anymore. Like
Yeah.
listening to that stuff over and over again is just like exhausting. And since he wasn't standing up for me, like you have standing up for yourself.
Definitely.
So
I mean, that's from a human moment. If you're not standing up for your significant other, or at
yeah.
least like, if you do disagree, you disagree privately, not publicly. Like, what are you? That's childish. That's child's play. But
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty wild. I didn't know anything about this. So you said that it ended after a year and a half. Who broke up with who again? Was it him with you because of the other girl?
Sort of like it basically it was really the timeline was basically right when I started Twitch streaming like
Hmm.
consistently and was like growing my channel. I remember the day I got rated by this really big streamer. Like after that day, I started averaging like hundreds of viewers, which was like insane. Like
Yeah.
to go from like 15 to over 100.
Awesome.
And obviously, you would think your significant other would be like proud of you or like
Yeah.
supporting you.
Yeah.
There was nothing from him.
Yikes.
And like obviously when something good happens to you, the first person you want to tell is like your boyfriend or girlfriend or like your best friend. And I came to him so excited about like what happened. There was just like, oh, like good for you. Like there was just like no excitement.
Hmm.
And I remember that I wanted to stream the next night. That I got rated. And he was like, "No, you're not streaming. I don't want you to be streaming. I don't like how other guys are watching you. All your whole fan base just likes you for your looks." Like he would say all this stuff that would just hurt my feelings so much. And I remember I had to not. I don't know why I did this. Like I look at my like old stuff. I'm like, why are you so dumb? I remember I didn't even because he somehow convinced me to not. And like after that, he took like some like camping trip. This dude like he treated me so bad. I don't know why I stayed so long, but he took
Yeah.
some camping trip because I don't know. We were just fighting so much. He just didn't want to like talk to me anymore. And I
Yeah.
knew after that trip when he came back, I was like, I have to talk to him. And I need to like bring up that if he doesn't change, like we need to break up. So I told that to him, talked in person, and then he was like, "Well, I'm not going to change, so let's break up." And I was like, "Okay, well, there's nothing I could do."
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was also really hard because we lived pretty close to each other, so we would definitely like run into each other a lot after we broke up. And
Jesus.
that's when I found out he was like broke up with me because of this other girl. There was a whole
Hmm.
lot of drama with that. I kept
Hmm.
running into him, this girl, and it was super awkward. But a lot of good things came out of our breakup. I could only focus on Twitch streaming, which was good. a lot of his friends stopped being friends with him because they realized that he was toxic towards them too. Like he was in general just a bad person.
Yeah.
I actually met like a lot of friends through him that I'm still friends with.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And we kind of have that like same thing to like relate with. Like, oh, remember we were like associated with this person? Like, oh, we kind of have that to discuss because all of us just don't like him at all as an individual. I don't think anyone does. He's just not a good person, So we definitely have that to bond over. And honestly, I think that at least in my new relationship, I know like all the red flags now because he gave me all of the red flags.
Everything you need to know. Every
There's
flag, every
everything in
alert.
the book, dude.
but with that relationship, one more thing about that relationship, and we'll move on to your current one. When you did cut it off, or when it did happen to cut off, was it more of a weight lifted off your shoulder reaction, or was it still more hurt and pain? And either way, either answer, how did you move on from this relationship emotionally?
I was devastated when we broke up. Obviously, there was a lot of weights lifted off my shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, he was the main reason I would be crying at like 3 a.m. I cried so much during that relationship, and it was only because of him. So obviously, there was a weight lifted off. But that being said, like, your first breakup fucking hurts. At least if you, like, it was pretty long and, like, you really did care about that person. It fucking hurt. I remember I tried streaming, like, the next day. I think I broke down into tears. I think I deleted the video, but I just, like, could not keep it together. Because I don't know where I thought the relationship was going, but me at the time, it was just so weird to think that, like, they weren't in my life anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were, like, super toxic and everything, but, like, they would still act like a decent enough boyfriend for me to stay with them. So, like, it was like he was, like, my best friend, which is, like, sad, because, like, why is that person your best friend? But, like, they were my best friend, and it's so weird, like, not having the person in your life. Like, you wake up and you think about texting them, or, like, you think about hanging out with them, but, like, there's none of that anymore. And it's so weird to, like, go from that to, like, nothing. So I think that was, like, the hardest thing for me. And then also, like, hearing about him with, like, other girls, like, absolutely, like, broke me. I became, like, so insecure. I would look at these girls and think, like, wow, like, maybe if I looked like them, like, he would have treated me differently. Like, I did so much of that stuff, and, like, running into him also hurted. But I think, like, the best thing that worked for me was just surrounding yourself around friends, because honestly, when you lose, like, your best friend, surrounding yourself around, like, other people kind of helps you, like, distract yourself from, like, what you're going through. And, like, obviously you can feel super alone in, like, breakup stage. So I feel like just, like, surrounding yourself with people that are, like, there for you. And, like, obviously my friends had been through relationships too, so, like, we'd always, like, talk about that with them, and, like, so I feel like that helped definitely the most. And streaming definitely helped a lot, because when I'm streaming, like, if I'm sad, streaming can help so much distract yourself from, like, reality, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just video games in general. Like, you totally think about, like, what you're stressed about. You're just like, hey, Shad! Like, you totally just distract yourself. So I think those are, like, the main things that definitely help.
That's really cool. I appreciate you sharing that. That means a lot that you'd be so candid and open about a really hurtful relationship in the past. But
yes.
let's take us to a brighter future, though, Amanda.
Yes.
Right? Let's take us on your present. So you said you are talking to someone, or is this official? Are you dating
Oh,
this
yes,
person now?
we're official.
All right, it's official on the docket. How did you meet this person? And let's start off with that. How did you meet this person?
Okay, it's actually very magical.
Magical.
I've actually known him since middle school, but we had just never talked before. He went to my high school too. We had never talked before.
Wait.
He was a year. Oh.
Does he know the kid that you held a hand with in middle school? Was that the same guy?
No.
Oh, I thought that's beef right there, Amanderz. You're cuckolding this guy. You're holding hands with another boy in middle school, but you're seeing this person in the present. This doesn't add up. This story's
And
full of
actually,
holes.
It's funny because I didn't even know he went to my middle school because he looked so different in middle school. Like he had like a huge glow up. I wish I had like a picture, but he had this like mushroom cut in middle school, and it was so funny. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, because we'll talk about. I'm like, oh, when did you have your first kiss? And he's like, oh, high school. And I was like, oh, like why not younger? And he was like, did you see what I look like? Like he actually had like this like mushroom cut, like these nerdy ass glasses. Like he had like he looks so different now. It's actually
like,
insane when I look at old pictures of him. But anyways,
so tell me this. All right. So you knew him in middle school, and
yes.
what was the opening line? What caught your attention to this guy?
Well, in high school, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw him was grade 11, even though we went to the same middle school and high school, okay? First time I saw him was like me grade 11, him grade 12.
Mhm.
I was just walking down the hallway, and I literally thought he was like the most like attractive guy I'd ever seen. I was like,
Yeah.
why have I not seen this guy before? Like, is he like a new student? Like, what the hell? Literally, I know he just glowed up, honestly.
Mhm.
But I literally thought he was like a new student at our school. So I like asked around all my friends, like, what is this guy's name? Like, I have to know. Obviously, I'm not gonna have the fucking guts to walk up to him, but like I just like to know.
Yeah.
So found out his name, stuff like that. But then he was a lot cooler than me. I also just thought he was out of my league. So I was just like, well, you know what? This is probably never gonna happen. It was just one of those crushes. Oh, like, you know, they're attractive, but like we'll never be together because you just assume like I just assume, you know, he's probably getting something, you know.
Wait. What did you just say? Again, clipped out. What did you? He's probably what?
He probably has like girls all texting him and stuff. Like,
Okay.
you know, I just assumed that he already had like chicks. So like,
Okay.
I was just like, you know what? There's no way we have like the guts to even start anything with him. And also, he was older than me. He was like fairly popular, I guess, and like, you know, so yeah, had a crush on him like all throughout grade 11 because then he graduated and then he left and I was sad. But yeah, anyways, had a crush on him. Obviously, forgot about him because he left the school and then I started dating my ex or whatever. And then one day, last summer, I remember it, I was at the McDonald's drive-thru and I get a DM.
All right.
Instagram DM from him. Literally DMing me, being like, hey, I think you're really cute, you know? Like, I'd like to get to know you better. I literally froze. I literally, like, forgot about him. I was like, oh my god, like, I literally forgot about this guy. Like, what the fuck? What are the odds? Like, because we had never talked before. Like, never. I didn't even know he knew who I was, honestly. So that I was, like, shocked. I was like, oh my god, this is too good to be true. He has to be like a fuckboy or something, you know? There's just no way that your crush just slides into your DMs like. But he's obviously not a fuckboy because we're dating now. But yeah, that's how we met.
What do you like most about this person?
Probably that he's the opposite of my ex.
So, like, what does he do, though? Honestly, in fairness, like, what does he do?
I would say me and him honestly have like the exact same personality. We're both pretty introverted. But like I would say I'm introverted, but like extroverted around people that I know pretty well. He's like the same. We also share like a lot of common interests. I actually got him into gaming. He just bought his first PC like a week ago. Oh, sorry, like a couple weeks ago because he knows that I really like Valorant. So he's like, "Oh, I want to play Valorant with you." So he bought a PC so he could play with me. We also he's also super supportive of my streaming. He doesn't really like watch Twitch, but like he's super supportive towards it. Like,
is he here right now? Is he watching this?
I didn't tell him to watch.
Okay, good. All right, perfect. We could talk all this shit I want now.
I told him, I was like, I'm going on a podcast, but don't watch.
But don't fucking watch it. It ain't about you. I actually have a lot of parents and significant others show up, and I'm like, fuck. All right, let me cater. But I do have one thing, amanderz. I like doing this bit. I like putting a little bit of pressure on the streamer in this topic specifically. What's cool about this show is that it kind of acts as a time capsule of sorts. You know, I talk about that it'll be on YouTube and Spotify in the future, and you know, who knows? You know, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, you can come back to it and think, wow, this is a moment in my life that I what I was thinking and who I was and the stuff that I was dealing with and some of the stuff that I haven't even dealt with yet, and now I get to witness. Specifically in terms of this conversation with the person you're dating, who knows what the future holds, but it seems like it's very bright here in the present.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one take. Tell me, what is something that you would like your significant other to know how you feel about them? And if ever they have any doubts, any questions, maybe there might be a fight down the road that just frustrates both of you, you can always come back to this. What's something that he should know how you feel about him?
Oh my god, I'm not really like a romantic person, but like I would say he's definitely fuck, I'm not like romantic. I don't know how to like think of this like stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's the light to my,
It doesn't got to be romantic, though. It could just be an honest take.
honestly, I think like I would see myself marrying this person. And like I don't say that just because like I'm in love with them. Like
What?
yes.
What? You
Yes.
can't give me that take,
Yes, I
Amanda.
can. Yes, I
You
can.
can't tell me
Yes,
this
I can.
take and tell
Yes, I
nobody's
can.
gonna clip this shit. That's insane, Amanders. You can. Oh,
We already
my.
discussed this stuff. It's nothing new to him. Like we're like definitely like super compatible. Like we have never fought. Like I think we fought like maybe like twice. And we've been dating for like 6 months now. It's just like I don't know, like if you asked me to move in with him, like I would move in right now. Like we just work really well together.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Honestly, like that's really cool. Like I'm okay. How do I break this? Let me get you off the chain. First of all, you did more than enough in that take. That's the hottest take of the night I've heard. Damn, like that is so cool that you have so much passion and belief and faith in your relationship with him. That's so awesome. And I think
Yeah.
to have found that person, that other half, that not only just completes you emotionally, but makes you happy, supports you, wants to be a part of your life in every aspect, whether it be aspects that he's foreign to or stuff that you both kind of bond with naturally. That's so sick. Like that's amazing that especially we get the what is it called? The look at the past relationship, the last relationship you were in comparison to where you are now. That's insane. That's such a
Yeah.
180. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I love that a ton. What is for the single, and since Twitch is predominantly dudes, all right? For the single dudes here, let's not make it a gender thing. For anyone that's single, all right? What is some hope that you can give to those people that may be in the market to be looking for someone, but just haven't found that person quite yet?
I'll be honest, I literally thought I would be single till like the day I died. I had like such a bad view on guys because throughout high school, like I found myself whenever I talked to a guy, I'd always be disappointed. They'd either be talking to like 10 other girls or wanted something that I didn't, like hookup stuff like that. I don't do hookup stuff
Yeah.
like that. Most guys were like that in high school. But honestly, like after meeting like my current partner, like I kind of just have like I had also after my breakup, I was just like, wow, like I had the mentality. I was like, wow, like guys are really just trash, I guess. Like because I thought that like after all my bad experiences with guys and after dating him, I was like, oh, this will be a good experience, but it wasn't. So I had such like I feel like a lot of single people have like obviously have been played before or like got to the talking stage and it didn't work out. I had that happen so many times,
Totally.
Sometimes it just doesn't work out, but it's all like for a reason, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have those experiences, probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But I would say the biggest advice for single people is to just not care that you are single. Because I feel like a lot of people who are single tend to become like really desperate to find someone. Like once you lose that, once you like really love yourself and don't feel the need to be with someone to be happy, then you will find someone. Because if you're searching for someone to be with, in spite of you being lonely, it's not gonna work out because you can't rely on someone to like fulfill you as a person. Like you have to be like fulfilled on your own. This game like really deep, but like
it's part of the job here.
yes.
So I think you're.
Yeah.
Is your dad feeding you lines? Because I know he was giving some banger advice earlier in the show. Is he feeding you this line too?
No, I swear this is all me.
That's all you. That's really good stuff. I love that a ton, especially that self-love. I think that's not a discussion that's been talked about often, or at least enough.
Yeah.
Like we're all constantly trying to appease the other half, trying to think that maybe if I change this about me, then that will fulfill me. But that isn't the case. That there's a lot more there, and you have to start with yourself before you can let others into your world. I love that so much. That's so good. That's such good stuff, amanderz. I think I asked that last question mainly for myself at this point. You know, I'm part Danny Phantom because I'm always going ghost in the chat or in the text messages between me and my significant other. So I feel bad, but I like that a lot. The self-love, I'm gonna take that to heart. I want to,
Yes.
and hopefully the others too that are listening here. But that being said, amanderz, again, thank you so much for your story. You've killed it. You've destroyed this so far. Right?
Let's go.
And we're leaning into the third segment here, which is community questions. All right. So over the course of this whole show, people have been sending in questions, and this is an easy part. A lot of people get nervous about this, but what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna just read these questions off the cuff. All right. I haven't read them myself. I don't know what to expect. I'll do my best to, take out any bullshit ones. But you don't have to answer any of them. You could pass.
Okay.
You can answer them, or if they're reaction stuff or just words of affirmation or stuff that they just want to say, I'll read aloud, get your reaction, we'll move on. All right?
Okay.
Great. And we'll do as many as we can get here. Let's start from here. This one, someone from your community goes, okay. So how hard is it being the top player at rank quote 0? And that's from Jay Fong. What does that mean? What's rank 0 mean?
Oh, I'm basically rank 0 in Valor right now, which is the best rank in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
The best rank in the game.
Yes.
Next one here says, what is a good, efficient way of getting from 0 to 30 viewers? Are there effective ways that don't seem too spammy or annoying?
I would say the best way to grow on Twitch is having, at least for me, what worked at the time before I got that raise. I went live at the same time. I went live like almost every day. You don't have to go live every. Make sure you have like somewhat of a schedule that's like you go live around the same time. So people like expect you to be live. I'd also say promote your stuff on other social medias. I had like Twitter. I had like a decent amount of connections of like the Twitch world. Get Twitter. Twitter's really great for connections. Also make a TikTok. TikTok's really good to grow because growing on Twitch from 0 viewers to something is really hard because the only way for them to find you is scrolling all the way down to like the bottom of a game category, to be honest. So
that's a fact.
You have to grow somewhere else or make use of your connections if you have any. Like I said, like my first stream, I streamed with my friend Snood. He was already a streamer. He already had a community. So that was like a really good connection I just already had. But obviously, most people don't have connections. So I would say just growing on other platforms and then having like a good streaming schedule, I think.
Yeah, I like that. This one just says, yo, Fortnite tonight. Do you still play Fortnite, amanderz? Do you still play Fortnite?
Not gonna lie, I did load the game up like but it was for the memes. I played 2 games.
Yeah, the meme. Did you win any of them?
No.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There we go.
Dude, if you haven't played in like 4 months,
True. I haven't played in like a year and a
they're
half.
really
So.
sweaties now. Like they're building fucking castles. I'm not even kidding. Like these kids. They see you shooting them. They build a castle in like 2 seconds. It's crazy.
They're building a damn Taj Mahal. It's insane.
Yeah.
Now this one just goes, Amanda, how are you so cracked at Valorant? Why is it they got this thing against you? Just is it that bad? Is it that are you throwing games, amanderz? Like how much do they pay you on the other team?
Facts. I am cracked at Valorant.
It's actually
What do
factual.
you
All
mean?
right, that's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, okay, take it easy, Amanda. You're over here being like, but my TikTok, you could check out my clips where I suck at it. What do you want me to think? All right, you're gaslighting me here. I'm getting gaslit. This is too much. What is your favorite part of streaming? From Yao. What's your favorite part of
My
your stream?
community, definitely. I think
Mhm.
just interacting with my chat is just so fun. Like I said, just learning like people's life stories or like where they're from. I learned like so many new things just from my
Yeah.
chat. And I think everyone in my community also like gets along really well. I know like people who have made friends through my chat, which I think is like super cool. And I think the internet is full of, you know, people who sometimes feel alone, stuff like that. I feel like Twitch streamers,
Mm,
it's a really good way to like be there for people.
I
And I
like
feel
that.
like a lot of
Yeah.
people feel like some people might be going through things
Mm.
in my chat. You never know what people are going through. Like everyone is going through their own struggles.
Yeah.
So to just all be there together can be like really comforting for people, I think.
I love it. Speaking on Valorant, has anyone ever told you you look like Sage? Oh my God.
Yes.
Really? Is that the
I used to
Halloween
get that all the
costume?
time. When I started playing Valorant, it was before I dyed my hair. My hair is dyed
Mm-hmm.
now, but it was like this color of like almost black basically.
Hmm.
And I would say my face pretty much looked like Sage too.
Mm.
So when I started playing Valorant, I would get so many people who would just be like, "Oh my God, you look like Sage!" But
Oh
it was
my
honestly a
gosh.
great clickbait to my stream. I would just put Sage
Ooh.
cosplay, and people would come storming in. You know, they want to see the Sage cosplay, but it would just be me sitting there.
Did you ever? Did you ever do a Sage cosplay?
I did tweet out a picture of me looking like Sage, and it kind of blew up.
Mhm.
But I have never done like an actual cosplay before.
I see. I mean, again, Halloween costumes for this year. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
True.
That's a pretty dope.
True.
I wish I was a Valorant player. I don't think I have. I don't fit any of the. I'll be the bomb there. When is the Valorant ASMR stream? Man, this is someone's got it out for you, man. I don't know what it is. The Valorant ASMR.
I think
mukbang stream.
ASMR of Valorant. What the hell?
All right, two on showers. We got
ASMR comms.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. I love that. Ooh, this one, they're putting you on the spot with this one. I like this one. Let's see if you got something for this.
All right.
Hi, what is your biggest regret with your channel?
Biggest regrets. Probably, I wish I started streaming.
Really? Sooner.
Yes. Because I feel like I didn't start. I did stream at a decent time, but like I didn't stream consistently. I wish I started streaming consistently sooner because like the reason why I didn't stream consistently is because I didn't believe in myself. But like now
Yeah.
I do, and it's something I wish I started sooner.
I like that.
So yeah.
Okay, this one's pretty broad, but I'm gonna let you challenge this one, all right?
All right.
What is your philosophy? Let's say
What
with life.
does that mean?
I have no idea. I don't know what freaking.
Oh my
It
God,
that must
dude.
be a 420 question right there. That's got to be a 420 question. All right, if I've ever seen one. All right.
Literally.
Who do you think you are? Is the next follow-up? No, I'm joking.
Bro, what are these questions?
Is that girl from
yeah?
high school? She found the stream. She's like, I'm gonna get this bitch with the gotcha questions now. All right. No, I like it. No, you don't have to answer that if that's too much. How many days? Okay, what? How many days of the week do you eat McDonald's? What is this?
Oh, I eat McDonald's too often.
What's the order?
Okay, I either go for Big Mac. Oh wait, a McDouble like a Mac because I don't like the bun in the middle. When you get a McDouble like a Mac, it's just like a McDouble but with like Big Mac sauce and lettuce. So good. Or I will get a McChicken or like the habanero one, the spicy one. And then I'll add cheese and lettuce to it. That's really good. Or chicken nuggets are always so good. Like the chicken nuggets are just so good. Like actually, best chicken nuggets ever. So
Yeah, that's actually very. I don't know what they do. Also, dude, their hash browns. I've been buying hash browns everywhere, unmatched at McDonald's.
yeah,
Unmatched.
so good, so good.
I think I don't know if it's a low or a high, but I went through the drive-through recently, and then I just parked my car in their thing. I didn't even go home, and my home's like 5 minutes away or 3 minutes away. But I was like, no, this shit's got to be enjoyed here in the fucking parking lot. Like I called a friend on speakerphone. I'm just eating. I'm going ham on my thing, and I just like, hey man, like hey, let's just have a quick 20-minute chat here. But you're right. When it's fresh, it's got to go. Let's here we have congrats on the growth, Amanda. Oh, that's really nice. That was just a sweet compliment. Let's go with a simple one. How was your day?
Good, great.
Yeah?
My day was great.
You got some studying to do. All right, let's taper others. You got some study. You got finals this week. What's your favorite Twitch emote?
Probably Pog-O.
Ooh, Pog-O.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I like that one too there. I'll ask you, there's a lot of ones that are just harassing me. I'm going to be honest with you, Amanderz. I don't know what it is. Every fucking show I do here with the community questions, I got some bozos that, let me read you 2 of them, all right? I'll read 2 and let's just get it out. Let's feed their toxicity. First one says, hey moms, nice lobster tail in between your legs. Ha ha ha. Like, what is this?
What the hell?
I've never heard lobster tail explained as it. And this one goes, hey moms, you're looking good as usual. It's officially demon time? Hee hee hee. You know who it is too. Hee hee hee. I'm just being harassed here, Amanderz. I need to take notes from. Quite frankly, I don't. All right, I don't, and I'm sweating. Thank goodness for NordVPN. All right, sponsored NordVPN, please.
NordVPN.
Let me I'll read you 4 more here. All right, I'll read you 4 more and we'll wrap it up here. First one here is, what's your ideal kind of viewer? What's your ideal kind of viewer?
I don't think there's anything bad about. I don't think I look like for an ideal viewer. It's just as long as you're just like hanging out, you're positive, you're friendly to the community, you're welcoming. You know, obviously I love those types of people, but like I think the only thing that just make you like a bad viewer is just like people who are like just toxic, you know, like things like that. People are just mean, rude, or you know, negative people. I don't want that in my chat. No one wants to see negative people. If you just bring a positive, you know, I just want to keep the environment positive. So positive people.
I like that a lot. Positivity, just a good, because that energy, we feed off of that. You know, you may just be typing, but when there's bullshit, you know, we could feel it, and you know, it's while we could ignore it, we'd rather not. We'd rather engage and actually have some discourse. But I like that a lot. Positivity. Will you do a mukbang with well done steak and ketchup or rice with syrup? What is that?
No, that is disgusting. Rice and syrup?
Yeah, that's gross.
Ew.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. So well done steak and ketchup it is.
Not that either. That's gross.
That is, you might as well be eating sand and ketchup. That's ridiculous. That is an offensive way to cook the steak, guys. And you should know this. You should be ashamed. Whoever wrote that question, you should be ashamed of yourself. All right? Yeah, heard it here first. How do we commit tax fraud? Ludwig 7.
Oh
what
my
does this
god.
mean?
My chat always asks me how to commit tax fraud because I told my learn.
Wait, what? What? Did you cut out again? What are you, because you committed tax fraud?
No, I learned how to
in
accounting class one time.
Yo,
and they all just want to know. But like, I'm not going to teach them. Like, it's illegal.
That's God. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's see your
criminals
taxes,
in here. Oh my god.
Look how she rolled her eyes. Those are some crazy. Yeah, all right. Tax season's coming up, Amanderz. All right, we'll see who. And I know we'll see what that payout looks like at the end. All right, we'll see what it looks like down the end. Okay, all right. Okay, Jesus, what is this? The last one that says here is parlaying on the taxes. And it goes, Amanda, since you're a business major, are there any tips and tricks to manage a business most people won't know about? Taxes are complicated, and I'd just rather keep all the money my business makes. Heart, Librian.
What's Liberian?
Or Librian or Ibrium. I don't know if there's someone named Ibrium.
Oh, Elbrin?
Elbrim, yes.
Elbrin!
Why? Is he in cahoots?
No, he's asking about tax fraud! Stop!
I don't know. I'm surprised that's not TOS. All right, I'm surprised teaching viewers about how to evade taxes and such is not TOS. But hey, I don't make the rules here. I don't make the rules here on Twitch. All right, who knows? Who knows? But amanderz, there it is. That's the whole shebang there. That's all the questions.
All right.
But the thing is, we're gonna lean into the final segment of the show. But before we do that, all right, I'm gonna need two things from you. All right,
All
much
right.
like anything in life, nothing's free, and so
True.
I gotta ask you two favors. The first one here: are you watching? Do you have the stream up right now?
Yes.
Can you pick a name that isn't myself, a mod, or a VIP? Any name. Any name.
Let's just go with Funky. Funky
Funky?
Flame.
Is Funky here? Yo, Funky, you here? Let's see. Hey, he is. All right, Funky Flame, you've won VIP. So it's as simple as that. amanderz chose you. You got it.
Whoa!
I'll change it the next stream. However, amanderz, the thing is, I only have 5 VIPs. All right? We got to keep it tight
Okay.
here. I run a type ship.
I gotta kick someone off?
You got to kick someone off. All right?
Oh, shit.
Just look into the chat. I'm going to spam 5 usernames.
Okay.
I want you to choose one. Any one of them. All right? One of them might be here. I think one of them is here. But
Wait, I don't want to do it if they're here. Okay, I can't get off.
I think Valing is the only one that's here. Other than that, all the other 4 are up for
Oh,
grabs.
no. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They've got to go.
Who? Again, dang it! Who?
Yes!
Snoz?
Son is Lee.
Son is Lee. All right, perfect. Son is Lee. Wow,
Son is Lee.
they just got it. Wow, amanderz, you've ruined
Oh,
their.
no.
They just got. I literally just changed that today. Wow, amazing how that works out. Amazing how that works
I got
out.
it for like 24 hours.
Literally less than maybe 2 hours. Maybe
2
the duration-
hours?
You know, I'm a little
Oh
slow
my
with it. All right,
God.
I'm just a little bit troll. With that being said, there, all right, amanderz. Here's the second thing I need from you. Okay.
Okay.
We've gone through the ringer together. We've been here for a little bit over 2.5 hours. All right. We got to sit down. We got to talk a little bit about your time on Twitch. Talk about some of your tweets and clips. We went into your life story, about your family, about who you are growing up, about that one bitch in high school that's just got your number and just won't leave you alone. We've talked about what you're studying. what one day she will find this and she will come for me. All right, not you. She's blaming the guy that's grandstanding here. But we've gone through the ringer here. We've talked about a lot of stuff, but by no means do I think that encapsulates who you are completely. However, you know, I'm always on the hunt to watch streamers. I'm a huge fan of the platform, and this is such a big world, and it's something that I myself, even just browsing, just chatting, or any other category, will never, some I may never find. So I always ask my guests, who is somebody, and most importantly, that you would like to watch kind of go through the exact same thing that you did? Someone who you'd like to watch learn more about their life, both online and offline. Just a recommendation, all right? No pressure.
I'm gonna go with my friend Ahad because
Odd. How do you spell that?
AHAD. Because I don't know if you know what Twitter Spaces are.
No,
but
tell me about it.
Okay, Twitter Spaces is this new thing that Twitter made. It's basically just like a podcast type of thing, like a live one. You could just start. You can like request for like hosts, or sorry, not hosts, speaker roles. They just my friend Ahad has been like doing a lot of those. I've noticed because he's a very interesting person. I feel like he's a streamer. He's been doing it for like a pretty long time, I would say. He's
Awesome.
always doing Twitter Spaces on like advice for getting into this industry and stuff like that. Basically, a podcast in his own. So I feel like he would be a very interesting person to interview because
Awesome.
I've like sat down with him and like talked about his life and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I think he's like an extremely hard worker, and I just think he's like a super interesting person. I feel like people would like to get to know.
That's really cool. All right. Well, there you go. I've written down the names here, the person you picked for VIP, as well as your suggestion. I'll take a look and we'll see what we can do from there. But amanderz, all right. We're leaning into the final segment here. If you remember the
All
thing that I
right.
sent you, the PDF, it says it's a surprise.
Yes.
These questions are
Oh.
surprises. All right.
Okay.
So here's the thing. All right. This show, this concept, this whole thing is inspired by a show from the 90s called Inside the Actor's Studio. And
Oh.
this person, he's both a professor as well as a host of the show. His name is James Lipton. He would bring on actors, actresses, and entertainers into his literal classroom, like auditorium classroom, and they would film the show. And they would put it on public access television here in the States. And you know, he for 23 years he did this. He'd bring on people like Angelina Jolie's, the Brad Pitts, the Al Pacino, all the jazz. Even at Dave Chappelle, and he did this for 23 years. And at the end of each show, you know, after he got into their personal life and their discography, he would end the show the same way by asking each and every one of his guests, the same 10 questions. And as an homage to the man, he passed away 2 years ago, I do the same thing. I ask the exact same 10 questions that he asked on all of his shows. I believe he had 277 episodes. There's only 3 rules, amanderz. There's only 3
Okay.
rules. First one is you have to answer every question. Non-negotiable.
Okay.
You have to. They're
Okay.
very easy.
Okay.
Second one is I'm not going to make any noise. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to say
Okay.
anything. I'm going to let the silence hold some weight. And once there's a moment of silence after your answer, I'm going to read you the next question, all right?
Okay.
The third thing I need from you, the third thing you're going to have to realize is that we're not looking for a paragraph. We're not even looking for one word. Just keep it one thought. Keep your answer in one thought,
Okay.
all right? One sentence, all right? Other than that, once we're finished with the 10 questions, I'll do my last part. I'll give you the final word, and then we'll disconnect from Discord, all right?
All right.
Sounds good, amanderz. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Question 1. What is your favorite word?
Sushi.
What is your least favorite word?
Sheesh.
What turns you on?
Um. Radiant players.
What turns you off?
Iron players.
What sound or noise do you love?
Birds chirping.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Sheesh.
What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt?
An actress.
What profession would you not like to do?
Poop scooper.
And lastly, amanderz.
Mhm.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Some people would kill to see God, amanderz. You just want a hello? But there it is, ladies.
What's wrong with a friendly hello?
That's true. That's true. It's a nice warm welcome. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, amanderz. There you go. There
Those
you
ghosts are
go.
so scary, yo. It's like we froze out of challenge.
Wait, what? I feel like you're cussing at me. Wait, what?
I honestly my responses to those questions were like 100% all memes.
Yeah. Oh, by all means. They don't have to be serious. I just want you where you're at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got you. So, amanderz, I appreciate you so much. Honestly, I appreciate your time, your willingness to try something different here on Twitch. It's a weird place, man. The internet's a weird place. And who knew you'd be joining a guy named Moms Online on Twitch to talk about your life? But
Who
here we
knew?
are. Here's the thing, though. All right, I also have another show called The Network. It's an open invite. Would love to have you. I'd love to introduce you to some of my streamer friends and a lot of people that I've interviewed in the past. So I promise they're vetted. They're good people. All right, they're not creeps. But I would love to have you on if you'll have me, of course, pending your schedule.
I am down for that. What do we
That's
talk
awesome.
about?
Literally, it's a whole show on community questions. We all answer it though together,
cool.
and we just riff on that. Yeah,
Well, that sounds
the whole show.
fun.
Yeah, you know, if you want to have drinks, if you want to have food, if you want to just hang out, whatever, by all means. But awesome. Here's the thing, though. I usually take this last part of the show before I give you the final words to tell the guest what I've learned or what we've done tonight here. And I think it's really important, and it kind of gives you the full scope that I was actually listening. All right, I'm not just shooing you away. That, you know, these shows, it's more than content. I actually don't think I create content, to be very frank with you, amanderz. I think we create moments, and this was one of them. You know, this is the 73rd moment I've had with another streamer from around the world, and with you, amanderz. Here's the thing, you know, let's elephant in the room. All right, elephant in the room. You're beautiful. All right, and you're don't give me that bullshit. Don't look away as if I'm trying to shoot a shot. I've heard the romantic history section, amanderz. All right, I got it. I'm also a shorter old Asian man. Relax, relax. Shoot, you gave a look like I was about to slide in your DMs. All right, I'm fucking with you. But here's the thing, amanderz. Like, honestly, when you first agreed to the show, I was kind of like, okay, this will be interesting. I'm gonna go in with an open mind. I'm just gonna go in and let's see what happens. I don't know too much about who you are aside from what I saw on stream, and even then, it's like a lot of gameplay, a lot of comedy, or bits that you're doing with your community. But over the course of this evening, like, it's amazing. Apple Orchard said it best, where it's like, the more I do these shows, the more I'm starting to see, while we're all different, there's these parallels in our lives where we're very much alike. And it's really awesome that we're able to break down, you know, again, I'm a big believer that streamers are put on this pedestal. You know, they're put into this light. But to see the human side of you, I think it's very difficult to be vulnerable when you're doing your own stream, because you don't want to change the vibe. You don't want to change the energy. You want to be entertaining. You want to be the escape for your community members.
Yeah.
But, you know, who's going to help the person that helps people? And so being able to hear your story, and I think specifically the part when you started really talking about that first relationship, it really resonated with me. Like that shit really, like, I'm a 28-year-old man, straight man, and I thought about my first relationship. I thought about who I was at that moment, and to be frank, that it was my fault why things fell apart. And it's really, I don't know. It was really eye opening to hear you speak so candidly about a part of your life that, I mean, it was a big part of your life that can't be ignored, but also one that hurt, and there was a lot of growth and healing in that area at the same time. Overall, like, I understand that this concept is so foreign, especially on the internet. To talk about yourself in such a personal manner on a public platform might be insane, but to have you here be so open to not just myself, but to all those that are watching, all those from your community, all those that may now check you out in the future on YouTube, Spotify, or here live on Twitch, is extremely awesome, and it just, I'm extremely grateful and blessed that you would even just share the platform with me. Honestly, amanderz, that was really cool of you. You didn't have to, so I really appreciate you. But you get the final word, all right, amanderz? You get the final word. Everything's yours. What would you like to say to all those that are watching here live, maybe on the future on YouTube and Spotify?
First of all, wait, hold on 1 second. I need to do something.
Shoot, what are you doing?
We'll probably see it in a second.
Don't even. Amanda, are you kidding? Dude, it's too much. That's too much.
What? That's too little.
I do this. It's literally, I love what I do here. To be able to even share a space with all these cool creators and just talk about their lives. This is a dream, and I want this dream to happen. But like, you don't gotta pay, especially the guest. All right. Now those that are watching, though, those that are. No, I'm joking.
No, honestly, I think what you do is super cool.
Thank you.
And I think that it's super unique, and I honestly think so much more people should check you out, because I think the show you just put on today was like super good. I'm really interested to see what's called, The Network. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, The Network. That will be on. That's always on Wednesdays, and the guest is the person that actually rated into us. Colin Smoke is one of the guests, as well as Zach.
Oh, Colin.
Yeah.
I watch the stream sometimes. He has some cool Minecraft stuff.
It's awesome. Super nice.
But I think your whole show you put on is super cool. So I'm all here for it. I will definitely be tuning into your stream some more. It honestly kind of opened me up to a new streamer to watch, honestly. Because I'm be honest, I had never watched your streams before this one, technically.
Hey,
I
there's
had watched the VODs of like your YouTube, but like had never sticked into like a live stream of yours before. But after being on the show, I could totally see myself like chilling, watching doing my homework, watching the stream, you interviewing another streamer. Because I feel like it's super you get to see a side of a streamer that you don't see on the mainstream. I think that's like a super interesting thing to bring. And also, a lot of people see streamers or don't realize streamers are just like totally normal people, and to see like the more of the day-to-day life about them and like things they've gone through, it's super interesting, and you can like really connect with them and relate with them, I think. So yeah, I really liked your show, and
you never
thank
know
you for having me.
Please, anytime, amanderz. You think I'm pushing for more in this platform, but I have other ideas. I would love to keep you in the loop. I even host a rock paper scissors tournament where I got 64 streamers together for that shit. I would love to have you.
Oh my god!
$500 if you win, amanderz. 500.
I better win that.
Hey, all right, open invite. I'll keep you in the loop. I'll keep you in the loop for that one.
Okay, I'm down.
Is there anything you'd like to say to your community, especially those that are watching?
Thank you to all those who are watching. Shout out to my community for coming here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed maybe learning more about me. I feel like I am pretty open on stream. I just like talk about things that happened before. So thank you guys for watching. If you're new, hello.
Awesome.
Learn something new maybe. I don't really but yeah, once again, thank you for having me. This was really fun. It's a great homework break for me.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, that's what I mean, yeah. I appreciate it. I mean, 2.5 hours is more than a break, but I'll take it there, man. That's what I was laughing at. But again, I appreciate you. We'll keep in touch. I'll DM you right after the show.
Yes, of course.
But you killed it. I knew you would, and I'm proud of you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. All right, you take care. I'll disconnect from here. But thanks so much, man. You
Thank
take
you
care. Have a good night.
again. You
Peace, peace,
too.
peace.